2-3 Vigilance Flying. It is Vampire Whitehawk.
Vampire Whitehawk, yeah. Also said by Evan Irwin, by the way, in Magic.
Someone else had another one that they were pushing, and I was like, no, it is Vampire Whitehawk.
No, Irwin just said it in his set review white. He did set review white and blue. It has to be Vampire Whitehawk. It's perfect.
Vampire Whitehawk?
The most broken uncommon I've ever seen.
How good is that limited card?
It's not beatable. And furthermore, there's nothing, it's just, it's gonna rule the skies.
Are we recording yet?
It's a small
It's recording right now.
Whoa, welcome to Hot Pocket Chat.
Hot Pocket.
No trademark.
Yeah,
No,
this is
no
the
trademark.
This is the more generic
You
Hot
can
Pockets.
have that one.
Yeah.
That's for the people.
Welcome
Generic
to
Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
You can have that.
You can just change the word a
Welcome to
little
Pocket
bit.
Hot, yeah.
Yeah. Hawk Pockets.
We'll heat
That's
up
enough.
your pocket.
Okay.
This triumphant return is going to push the limits to the one Steve listener, right? See if he's still paying attention.
Do we even have any way to put this on the internet?
Yeah. I can still.
I went to the homepage. It's gone.
Oh yeah, plenty of ways to put it on the internet.
Dan, he has a hat in the middle of the table.
No. It'll go up on MTG Cast. They can host it there.
Okay, cool. Because our own website is gone, and I don't believe
The
we can
Libsyn
get it on
page
iTunes anymore.
is gone. Yeah, because I didn't want to pay money for
Which
it.
is reasonable.
Yeah.
What
It's
about
been
what
hard
about
living
iTunes?
without the donations these past few months, you know.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars in a box just threw it
This
across
is
the
why
table.
he's eating Hot Pockets now.
Hot Pocket.
Welcome to Magic Chat.
Ooh, it's so weird.
I don't even know how to start this. I think we need to rebrand. I really do.
As what?
Like a little bit. I don't know.
Welcome to Magic Chat.
Your quarterly magic news magazine or something.
We're
Like
quarterly.
audio. Yeah, we're gonna basically, we're not doing this every
for
week
sure.
at this point, but quarterly, yeah, it's the plan,
Kinda like GQ.
with set releases.
Can we just be We Dem Boys and in parentheses, Magic?
We Dem Boys.
Sounds good to me.
How many
I
votes
just
do we
really
need? That's
wanted
two.
Dan to say We Dem Boys.
Oh,
That-
speaking of
is that
of
B-O-Y-Z
GQ, I was in
or
the
B-O-I-Z?
CVS down the road,
B-O-I-Z.
and there was
Boys.
GQ is the new cover model for GQ is of course the worst Joker of all time, Jared Leto, and
He's easily in the top 5 Jokers of all time.
aren't there like there's probably like
I think
Top
there's like 5.
I'm not sure he makes it. He makes being a good-looking man seem like some sort of awful joke. Like, he just looks, you're like, yeah, Chris, you're pretty, but you're pretty in that way that you're just like, this is terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself. Like, and
He's
not
just trying to make everyone else feel better.
Well, it's also like he was
he
in
looks-
Fight Club, right? It was like just funny. The pretty boy had
Yeah, his whole
bashed in.
career has been based on him getting beat up for being kind of weird looking, like, which is weird,
but ultimately steely-eyed and cute.
Yeah, I guess so. Good for him. But he just, I remember one quote where he apparently, after everybody bashed the movie because I didn't see it, but I heard it was horrible.
It was really good.
He claimed that he'd been betrayed because
I saw that.
he thought it was going to be more of an art house style film, and
Thought it was
so
something different.
he thought that's why he was going all in on the character because he felt it was going to be a really, yeah, all right, yeah.
I
with
keep
this-
losing this giant bottle of water.
Did he read the script?
Apparently, I mean, it's hard to say what he did because he was the most out there, wild, and intense actor of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, and he stood by that. Like, they tricked me. It was the last minute.
Yeah. That's why, he's too extreme for reading scripts.
That movie made a lot of money.
It made a lot less money.
Doesn't
than
mean it's good.
Imagine how much they make when those are good. When the big blockbusters.
Yeah, right?
Well, that's when you have the Avengers.
Don't just use
Yeah.
facts
And Civil
to disprove
War.
my opinions, okay?
How dare you?
Yeah, this is America.
As if
Dare you
we've
pull
learned
on Neil
anything
Tyson.
recently,
He's the
is that
best.
facts are not desperately important to the discourse.
He's like the best regrettable rock star too, and he just so happens to be a rock star. The hair.
Did anyone see the back and forth between Ross Merriam and Kevin Jones after he won the
No.
the World slot? Kevin Jones is gonna be playing in Worlds, and can't remember who said it, but someone was like, "I finally figured it out. Kevin Jones is the Homer Simpson to your Frank Grimes, Ross." And one of the comments was, "I can play 23 lands in my blue-eye control deck because I'm Homer Simpson."
That is spectacular.
Yeah, it was
it's good that you brought him up. I did want to say the last time Ross was on the show with us, he fell asleep with his
what happened with
laptop.
that?
Well, we were joking, but he did burn to death. That's why he's not joining us today. He was in fact consumed by his laptop, and that is why for the first time we're having a set review show without Ross. R.I.P. and P in peace.
That was such a
R.I.P.
long con.
Ross.
He was just trolling us.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the worlds, if you're going to go there, what do you guys? I heard a little scuttlebutt about BDM.
We just talked. Ross is dead, and you just want to
that's
move on
fine.
to the news
Right
of the
over.
day.
We can
Well,
still
you are
ask
too.
him questions. Ross, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, the people are talking
He'll
about
rattle some chains.
every once in a while snoring.
Yeah.
No, there were people talking. I don't know the full scoop, but basically, BDM was catching some heat about like he actually isn't going to have a guaranteed spot, even though Helen said that he did on like a tweet. So
Who?
people are BDM.
No, who wouldn't have the spot?
Oh, he doesn't get one, even though he won the worlds.
You mean BBD?
BBD, sorry.
BBD.
BBD's not going to have a spot next year guaranteed, even though he has all those promo points and all that
Their
stuff.
names are too similar.
I know, sorry, I get it all the time.
I was like, I don't
Yeah,
think.
wait, what? Yeah, no. BBD doesn't have a guaranteed spot, even though, it's all the points or whatever. And so people were saying, like, some of the pros were saying, hey, that's like, he does, we don't want someone to, like, they don't like the fact of a Grand Prix master, a draft master and all that. They want to, like, just qualify and have the points year in or year out. And it's like, but you need, and then Cedric was like, hey, you kind of need a narrative, and this is kind of cool to always have.
It was awesome.
Have all Grand Prix mean a little bit more, like, always need that.
Oh, BBD won Worlds, by the way. We haven't
Yeah.
recorded
Yeah,
in a while.
Yeah. By the
You're
way.
out. But anyway, so like,
Purely despite Ross for stealing his apartment.
he doesn't have a spot guaranteed, and it's like he's got like two sides of the camp. The one saying he deserves it, other people saying like he took it very personal, as he probably should, and they were like, no, what we meant to say is maybe that you don't need a spot to be a Grand Prix
Yeah, I
master, which
think
they got rid of now.
The idea of deserving is a little, like,
But the guy's a grinder.
yeah. And he ended up beating all of them.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Melissa got that, like, special invite in the top 8 of the PT.
Yeah.
Like,
The two guys
people
weren't
have different
platinum pros.
different definitions of deserve.
The two finalists, I think, were not platinum pros.
She went undefeated day one in that, too, that Pro Tour special
I
invite
don't
that she
remember.
got.
I just remember
Yeah.
Wolf Run.
There's nothing more upsetting than once the cheese has poured out of the Hot Pocket and it's just sort of pooled and cooled.
I'm not gonna lie, this is actually really good.
I know.
Don't yuck his yum.
Think about the things you eat, though. Of course it is.
Yeah, it's like perfect.
But and the thing that's troubling about it is you really shouldn't eat the cheese once it's cooled and it's outside the Hot Pocket. Like,
burn
It's
the
not
top
the
of your
fact
mouth.
that I'm eating it that you're complaining about. It's the fact that I literally went somewhere to purchase it. Hot Pocket.
this is a decision you had to make ahead of time.
Yeah,
There's
this
no
was,
impulse
this was
Hot Pocketing.
premeditated pocket. Like,
How long ago?
Multiple checks. You could impulsively purchase them, but then you must also impulsively eat them later on, and that's two failures of character.
You had a way out.
So you built a wall. I hid them in the back of the fridge, but I couldn't do anything.
We should talk about stuff. We should
talking about
wait for
stuff.
Mike to finish. As I was saying,
gonna chew in the microphone.
People love it when we chew in the microphone.
Yeah.
So
he's doing it extra loud.
Dan
now,
hates
too.
that so bad.
Doesn't bother me that much.
so why are we here?
To talk about me watching one of the worst films I have ever seen this past week.
which is?
London Has Fallen.
I feel like the sequel to some other city has fallen.
Generic action. No, it was a building that had fallen in the first one.
Was it?
The White House.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Well, they moved it up the whole city. Next time it's going to be a whole country. Or possibly
Probably.
just freedom. Freedom has fallen.
I thought that movie was pretty good.
Which one? The White House or the London?
London.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, you didn't.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I got a mouthful of Hot Pocket. I'm happy.
The action sequences were,
One might say
were
your mouth
just
was the Hot
straight
Pocket.
video game sequences.
It's so bad for some reason.
Oh,
That's what she said.
I don't like myself anymore.
We didn't like you in the first place.
Maybe I've done you a service. Maybe next time you go to eat a Hot Pocket, you'll just think about your own mouth for a while.
Come on, the Fiji water in the Hot Pocket? No one's wondering about this.
I'm all about
The tap
Fiji
water.
water
Fiji
now.
water.
No sponsorship. I really like Fiji water.
Do not make him laugh and spit water all over my equipment,
All
please.
over the
My fucking mixer. It's gonna short out. Anyway, it was a terrible movie. All the action sequences were straight out of a video game. And it
That
was
could be a
really
good thing, but it
kind of
usually isn't.
disturbing because I'm just getting very, very, very sick and tired of the trope of generic Middle Eastern villains terrorist.
American Sniper 3. The White House has fallen again.
It was
Jason Bourne.
The Muslims have attacked.
Yes,
A bunch of
it's
Christians
exactly
just shot
that.
up schools. Like,
We'll band together with
And it's
Israel
just
and
like-
France and all the other horrible war machines to defend ourselves against these people
get
standing in
those
fields.
7 people.
It's just so
Get them.
Oh, I hate who we are as a country.
There they are.
I hate. I mean,
There
I
are
just,
definitely aspects of us worth hating. Yes.
It's just I remember I went to see. I genuinely went to see Ghostbusters a third time because of the horrible people who were destroying it. The first 2 times, just because I loved it. It was great. But the third time, and as I did it, I remember that there was some dude out there who went to see American Sniper 6 times to stick it to the commies and the liberals and all this stuff like that. I'm like, literally deifying a sociopathic murderer who happened to have been a Marine. Like, it's just weird. It's a weird movie culture.
Hey, he earned some
It
of the
is.
medals he talked about. Like, let's be real.
For killing
Is that
people.
before or after he camped out on top of the Superdome during Katrina shooting looters? That's one of his claims that
Yeah,
he made.
Really?
Yes,
gotta
he claimed,
do what you gotta
he
do.
claimed that he and many other Special Forces troopers were on top of the Superdome shooting black people during Katrina. That was like a big claim. And people were like, yeah, he was defending shop owners. I'm like, what are you?
Can suddenly understand now why we would deify him. That's what a hero.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what we
I
pay these
yeah.
guys almost nothing for while sending them to a terrible desert to die for no reason. It's gotta be this.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yes. Let's talk about our set review.
I wanna
Mike
talk about
has
Oh,
Stranger
notes.
that's
Things.
why we're here.
Cody
That's
has
what I was trying
notes.
to set you the fuck up for. We are here.
I was
do
waiting
a
for you
set
to finish
review.
stuffing your face so we
I've
could
been
actually
done
talk.
for minutes.
I dare you to eat the congealed cheese.
There's not a chance. I don't want to clean this plate. I'm not looking forward to it.
That's also, the cleanup is terrible.
I'm gonna go hide it somewhere and then find it in 6 months. Oh my god! I wonder if I'll find Bill's sandwich.
Chances are, just look for a real good hiding place, and I bet it's there already.
That sandwich is a 50s monster movie waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's your other roommate.
All right, kick us off there, Mr. McKenna. You have notes.
What
Where do you want to
touch
start?
on first?
So I
Constructed
just wanna
Limited?
ask-
Wait, should we, I think, because you had wanted to talk about it too, should we sunset briefly,
We can
Innistrad?
sunset.
I think we should do
That's-
that.
I think we have plenty of time. I think this should be 4 hours. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's great.
I'm really wide awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I stopped
I've
having
never
caffeine,
heard you say that.
I just no caffeine has just changed my life.
Oh no, but the
Yep.
Hot Pocket's gonna drag you back down again.
I keep waking up, waving to birds in the morning.
What do we go
like-
for 15 minutes before the Hot Pockets taken?
Yeah, my belly's rumbling, but I'm ready to go.
Oh, man.
It's great when you eat the wrong things. You go from hunger pains to just like stomach
It's
pain.
because of this guy. What's his name?
Girapur guide.
Girper Guide showing me the way to the Hot Pockets. Come, friend, eat.
The toilet.
Stay a while on the toilet and listen.
Dude, that
I always go back to Deckard King.
guy from Napoleon.
All right, so it's sunset.
I've lost the Bane voice.
Shadows over.
I just can't do it. I don't remember how I
You'll
did it.
find it again.
And that was such a big part of my life.
I, after having played a lot of Shadows over Innistrad and Eldritch Moon, the collapse of the mechanics between the sets
Yeah.
made it really bad. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of the gameplay, but the fact that they stranded every mechanic in Eldritch Moon, or in Shadows over Innistrad.
Yeah, Clue's
is-
not mattering anymore.
Delirium,
All.
clues.
everything, all the cool decks became essentially impossible to play. Like, you really, if you got the really good synergy set up from Shadows, you were great, or from Eldritch Moon, but like, I felt like drafts got really boring. And like, how often did you open your pack of Shadows over Innistrad and go, nothing, fucking nothing, I'm taking a common to buff out my deck.
I'll remember it fondly. Blue-red spells was fun.
Yeah.
Blue-green emerge was
Emerge.
fun. And that was it. But I
Yeah.
liked it. I had
And it
fun.
stinks
Those
because
those
early,
two decks were great to play the first few weeks, and then everybody was drafting them, and you
because the
couldn't
other
put them
archetypes
together.
didn't work. You know,
They
you
weren't-
really could play like black-white value.
Come on.
And that's about it. And then I think it really struggled for coherence. And when they put a lot of effort into, archetypes, and certainly the original Innistrad was, just overwhelmed with beautiful archetypes that you didn't even have to play. This one felt much worse by the end.
It felt like there were only 2 solid archetypes, and everything else was just
Yeah.
But I agree. By the end of the format, I think one of those 2 would not be red-green kind of aggro, and that ended up being pretty good because of the other what everyone else was doing. I felt like near the end, you're like, wow, this red-green aggro is getting value.
Yeah,
all
Brazen
over the
Wolves
place.
into like removal was
Yeah,
very
that's
powerful.
when Blood Mist, of course, is the greatest
Yeah.
too. But like, well, a lot of these green and red that aren't the best red are still around because the best red was getting gobbled up by everyone. But I don't know. I feel like there were some late events going on in the format where I was liking some of the decks after a ton of blue-green, red-blue spells.
pretty much all the werewolves were playable. Like
Yes.
there was a spectrum of which ones were better than others, but
Yeah, they
there
were
were
all
none of
good.
them you would look at and go, I can't put this in my deck.
Well, having been crushed so many fucking times by turn to
Wolvenwald Captain.
no
Captive.
Lamholt
Mammold pacifist.
Pacifist.
Yeah, that card's awesome.
The new you were right about this. The new werewolf mechanic is terrific. I
Yeah.
really like it. It makes for much better
That's punishing.
gameplay.
I didn't have a 2-drop, and now I'm dead.
Yeah.
It means so many games.
Want to
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Want to know what card I played today was crippling? The Tanglewood Werewolf, the 2/4s. I kind of find whatever, but when you can flip it and give it trample, you're so far ahead. Because
they
they're
die.
attacking every turn and they have to block. It was like, that is game over, like right
Yeah.
there. But 4/6 must be blocked. They can't. They're
Yeah.
never going to get something up big enough, at that rate. So that was during a red-green werewolves deck that I was just like, good.
Yeah, I think it was fun, and despite being, I often found myself being really disgusted by how the draft finished, and then still enjoying the games a lot. Like it wasn't,
Games were good.
in no way was this a bad format. I think
No,
that they
it was
really
good.
missed a great opportunity to have it be a great format. Like if they just kept clues the whole time.
What was it? Yeah.
What a
What was
beautiful,
Maro
thing.
said that was
What
a
was
mistake.
that?
Yeah,
what was
Yeah.
that?
Oh, I didn't read that. Was that on
Yeah.
his blog?
Someone linked it and I read it.
Yeah.
It was amazing how bad some cards got. The clue cards. It reminded me of the Tide Caller from the Zendikar. It was like,
Yeah.
wow, that used to be like almost a pick 1, and
That's a
now
good
it's
throwback.
so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think did anyone draft 3 Eldritch? I wonder if that would ever. I didn't actually ever do it. I always said,
No.
I wish it was
Oh.
an Eldritch pack. I always wonder if that would be any better.
Didn't we? I thought I did that at least
Because of the
once.
shadows
I've
comments
never
you
done
made,
it.
and I was
I
like,
Yeah.
God damn it! I don't need the fevered visions here.
I thought I
Right,
did
right.
that at Temple once.
That would have been better. Well, I think it would have ultimately played better.
I think
Because
it's
they were
really
Triple
good decks.
Moon.
You could have some really good decks.
I
Kind of
think
like draft leagues.
Triple
Oh,
Moon,
let's go
I think,
there.
would have been better than Moon Shadow, definitely.
Yeah.
Because you're right, the Shadow pack was
How about
irrelevant.
starting with shadows? Would that have even made it better?
No.
Yeah, I think that would have made it much worse.
It's just there. It's the fact that
It just doesn't fit.
Well, the shadows is
Its power level was much lower, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
and because it was so elegantly built on archetypes that the cards played
8
well
people
together.
to draft it.
Yeah.
And then when you suddenly had one pack of a bunch of cards that have no value unless you're deep into an archetype, like it made it really difficult.
Nearly every card in Shadows just became a D or a C level card in your
Yeah.
deck. Yeah.
And if you got the
this
A's, you
is
were so
filler.
far ahead. If you were like, oh,
Right,
I'm
right.
in red.
It was like extra.
A lava axe and a fiery, sweet.
Right,
Yeah.
like
But
the
then-
one red
but other than that,
drafter, and it just you unload all that stuff.
Yeah, which is pretty unlikely by the end of it.
Oh
but
yeah, the Madness was gone too.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
also sucked. That's the thing. I wanted to play with clues, and I wanted to play with Madness more. I really enjoyed them.
Some of those blue-green clues decks.
Ah,
were
so cool.
They were
unbelievable.
insane.
They're
Graph
not,
Mole?
definitely not
Oh,
losing
yeah.
this game. Like red in their shadows block
Card
only.
that didn't see enough time at the how good it was.
Yeah.
Ongoing.
Mole.
Oh,
Graph
well,
Mole.
yeah, okay.
3
All in
mana,
that.
2
Ongoing was legitimately busted,
Okay,
yeah.
Ongoing and
Yeah.
Graph Mole.
But it does. I remember the first time I saw it too. I was like, "But it doesn't draw you the card automatically." Well, that's so bullshit. And I'm like, "No, actually, it's fucked up."
Yeah, and 2/4
This card
ends
is
up
That's
still
really
being
good.
and it gains you
Yeah.
infinite life, and you literally can't die. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
2/4 seems is just good. Well, yeah, I think we should. That's one of the things when we get into Kaladesh. I think the key thought will be what do we expect out of that limited format?
So I think that's time for a segue.
Yeah.
It was
Let's
the
stop-
hour draft segment.
Let's
was where I
stop
wanted to
grappling with the past.
go.
Kaladesh.
Boom. Okay.
I love the artwork synergy with Grappling with the Past with the original Innistrad with the little girl peeking
Did
down
you
the
ever
well.
notice that?
I
The
did.
well?
Oh, yeah.
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 As the only
Even
person
I know
who may
that.
have played
Whoa!
regularly
Make-A-Wish.
played Make-A-Wish, and I played Make-A-Wish in the standard.
Yeah,
So-
that was wrong.
Yeah, it was. So was Charmbreakers as a deck, but I was young.
Well, younger.
How do we want to approach this
Younger.
Kaladesh?
How about starting with the art, which I love the art aesthetic of this entire set. I really do.
I think it's really confused. I think that they really, really missed it. I have very little sense of. They went all in too many directions, and I think they ended up with I mean, a lot of the art's really cool. It just doesn't all feel like it comes from the same set.
I think, on top of that, so I don't know if you guys saw the little promo video that they did before. So it was in PAX. They did like the 35-second, maybe a minute clip. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
I saw that.
So that, like, just in my head, I was like, wow, that's awesome. My wife asked me today about, what's the theme of the set, and I was like, oh, it's just like World Fair kind of thing, Adventures Fair. So that, all that art, I love all that. Just in my head, that feels right. But you start looking at some of these cards, and I do agree that you're like, okay, but what is this like?
There's a bird out in the wild.
Card, this, like, just even this top and look at the mythic card, like. They don't really fit. The art is pretty, probably, but it could have been in any other set.
Goat in the field.
Yeah, so those ones that make me feel like I'm at that fair, I think are the coolest.
I agree.
Yeah,
a random Leviathan, because there has to be a Leviathan.
There's a lot of these.
Summonings, like what?
Oh, there's a random dragon in here somewhere, isn't there?
There is.
Demon of Dark Schemes? I mean, that is generic.com.
Well, he's the guy like, he's outside the fair. He's about to wipe everyone out.
If we're talking about art, though, I want to segue to... within that are these story pieces, and when I read the flavor text on the confiscation coup, I thought that was cool as hell.
I haven't seen it.
So Tezzeret says,
"Oh, I'm so pumped for Tezzeret.
I'm very pumped for Tezzeret.
Citizens, do not resist. This is for your safety. Tezzeret bids you surrender your inventions immediately.
Oh,
now." And that's cool. So he's a big baddie.
Yep.
And they show the like citizens being like hands being grabbed by like this big like mech warrior of just kind of like badness.
Yep.
I just thought that's cool. And
Wait
that's
a
like the
minute.
story point thing. But
Tesseret's a villain?
wow.
He got corrupted by
weird.
Nicol
But he's not with
Bolas.
that word. But you saw that art, right? You looking at that
He was a
art?
villain before.
I love Tezzeret.
He's literally an agent of Bolas.
Well, he was
That card
an
is
agent
also
of Bolas.
Very good.
Yeah. Super limited killer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings us to the art/story thing, which is usually not my game, but the story pieces is kind of cool.
Dan, would you like to give 4 seconds on the story? Do you know anything about it?
They actually do know a little bit about it. Chandra and Liliana go hang out at Kaladesh for a while. And
More than hang out, I
Chandra
think.
runs across her mom, and I think her mom gets arrested. And Chandra's dealing with all these like old feelings coming back up because really terrible things happened to her. And Liliana just came along to poke the bear a little bit and have some sport at Chandra's expense.
I know there's like a picture of a card where Nissa and Chandra,
Nissa went with
they're
him
in the
too.
glass. They're like, help us. They're
I
saying
didn't
that.
see that.
They said something in the lore of like them having a little crush. I think that I don't know which way it is, but I think it's Nissa makes Chandra go all aflutter kind of deal.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that there's a little
All
bit
aflame?
Yeah, I think
All
Shaq
aflame.
can't hold it in kind of thing.
All
Maybe,
right.
again, maybe someone's trolling me. I don't know. But
Was it an empty...
Seeing what they need to see.
Was it one of the comments from...
no, it wasn't.
oh.
It wasn't like this card is number 34.
Was it that guy from TempleCon who dressed as Soren? Was
No,
it him?
no, I didn't. I kind of wish I did.
Wait, what? I didn't see the Soren.
No, the guy who is like, hey, I smell blood. That guy, the fucking weirdo at TempleCon. From like 2 years ago.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Exactly.
What about
Yeah.
this year?
Weirdo.
I got a little knife in my arm.
Yeah.
I got a little blade.
It was messed up.
Oof, okay. So art, I think we're a little bit divided, but that's where
I love the overall aesthetic. Maybe not every card hits the mark, but
Some of it's cool. Some of it's whatever.
one of them actually, and it's just a like a shitty draft card.
There's a lot of people holding stuff out to other people. Like a ton of it. Like,
Yeah.
here you go, try these Banes.
Well, it's the
I
thing.
found myself kind of. Oh wait, no,
You know,
that's
he
it.
said
Where's the one? Wait a minute. Where's the
If
one?
that card was in the middle, limited competition.
So
What?
I was gonna say I feel like my primary concern needs a description about what makes Kaladesh seem very interesting, which is of course vehicles.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
we can talk about vehicles.
Go ahead. There's just one art that I gotta call out.
Which one?
Console shield guard. I just noticed this. You take a look at the picture. The guy holding like the hammer.
What
right?
color
Does
is
it stick
that?
out?
What color is that?
For Harambe?
What the hell is that guy's name? That couldn't look more than like Michael Pena from End of Life. with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Any more like him? I mean,
Oh, that's
come on.
wicked
Wow.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as if it's. Does he play Magic? Because it seems like it's like.
That's wicked funny.
I liked him in Crash.
I said that to Chris, and he goes, "Oh my God, that's the exact pose." Unbelievable. So sorry, I had you. I just
Pena's shield
couldn't
guard,
hold
done
that in
and
anymore.
done.
That looks just like him.
I feel a little weird about this new era where 4-mana 3/4s are like pretty normal and like not at all
it is
impressive. Because that's supposed to be a very good rate, like for limited. It seems to be like one of the new go-to bodies. But yeah, vehicles.
Vehicles.
We're gonna go to vehicles.
You want to get a little explanation there, Dan?
What is it?
Okay, so they're an artifact.
Yeah. It's an artifact with a power
idiot.
and toughness that you can turn into a creature by tapping a certain number of creatures with power equal to its crew value. So,
Is it a creature itself, Dan?
No.
Oh!
Not until you make it a creature.
We're
Right.
teaching the people at home what they already
It
know.
is just a hunk of metal sitting
What
on
we
the
hope
road.
They already know.
So, yeah, evaluating these things is going to be interesting, I think. I think the best analog I can think of is like equipment. I feel like they fall
I think
into
it's different. This is the thing that worries
not
me.
entirely different,
No,
but
not
similar.
entirely different. Because this is what I was going to say. So I don't know what the actual numbers are, but so far the removal in this set is pretty bad, and it has to be because there's one more white
Gonna
thing
get
there.
blown out.
Yeah, so like if the removal was really excellent, like sort of like inexpensive to medium expensive and happened when you wanted it, like I think we all generally enjoy, it would make vehicles a massive cost of doing business. And I think that they do represent pretty good rates. Like in general, you're like, I can upgrade my shitty creature that can't attack or 3 tiny creatures that can't attack and rumble in there with something big that can. So there's some interplay there.
But the power and toughness for the mana cost on a lot of the vehicles is way off the scale for what it would be.
it
for
would
have to
creatures.
be.
I think most creatures are mostly small.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And accordingly, if there was a ton of really great efficient removal, you would be stranding people's cards sort of left and right. So I guess in that sense, maybe it is more like that. Some of the costs on them seem so much more than most equipments that you're gonna be sort of priced into playing some of them. And then if somebody was like Doomblade, you're like, oh fuck me, like I literally can't do anything. But I thought that was interesting.
I've tapped all my teams so I can't block next turn.
Right.
And
blocking
I
is going
don't
to
have
be
a
really
thing.
weird in this format.
But two things. That goes down the rabbit hole. But do you think that ability of the removal makes it a little better, the slowness, that makes these cards a safe mechanic for Eternal, not likely to ever be broken? Like it's just going to sit here and just because the fact that you get is this just for Kaladesh? It's not one of those like an oops and we're going to see
Oops,
all over.
GT, yeah. One of those types of things.
I would be so shocked.
If one of these
I don't think any of them are on that
Because
kind
there's
of
only
power
one
scale.
there's only one that even has an ability, which is
Flagship.
the flagship. Like
5
the rest
mana,
of them
6/5.
don't do anything.
I think the Copter might be Eternal playable.
Yeah, people are saying the Copter. Is this not Lupine Prototypes like Dream scenario?
That card actually spiked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 mana. It's a 2 mana, but it's a 5 toughness, so it's going to pretty much crew anything.
Well, should we start talking about some of the cards?
Yeah.
But he wanted to say the combat thing. I think that what we should talk about mechanics though is like this blinking all over the set.
Yes, everywhere.
Unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
how's that going to make the limited? That was my biggest concern. One of my lingering
some
questions.
of the combat decisions may be not dissimilar to Outlast in Abzan in Khans of Tarkir, because that was done only at sorcery speed, so you either had to tap your creature to put a +1 counter on it, or you could leave it up to attack and block. Right. So I think it covers a little similar territory there as well. In that, if you want to use these individual,
Yeah.
There's a lot of instant.
So
blink.
Smuggler's Copter is 2 mana for a 3/3 vehicle with flying. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you draw a card and you loot. So if you draw it, you discard it, and it crews for 1. That's a lot of power. Like crew 1 is really easy.
Early evasion for a card.
So first finance tip: no rare in this set will break $10 the entire time they are in standard. Power level is very low, and I think this is like not close the best rare.
Yeah.
And I don't
And
think
safe,
it's a $10 card.
I think safe's a good word that Cody just used. A lot of these cards are safe. Like a lot of these cards, there's no risk of them being broken. Perhaps they were wary about the new.
I think people just think they're safe because we don't know how to evaluate them.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
So you think the Smuggler's Copter might see modern or
if any of them will,
probably
it's that
modern
one.
play?
Yeah.
It's so cheap. It's so ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into
It
affinity,
passes
does
all
it?
the tests.
this
So
card.
that's where maybe it would go.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Because it gets turned on by like every card in the deck. Like Memnite turns it on.
Yeah.
Crew 1 is so cheap.
I mean, I would assume people are going to experiment with it in Affinity, whether or not it actually has a home.
I think it's worth a try.
It is a 2-mana 3/3.
You can always sack it to Ravager.
Flying 2-mana 3/3.
Pitches the force.
Flying
Sacks
2-mana
Ravager.
3/3 that loots.
And sometimes at
That's-
Affinity, like,
Oh, loot's on
gets a
attack
nice,
too, which
gets
is
a nice
crazy.
start, but it
Attack
like
or
3
block.
damage would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a lot of card advantage.
I think this card is very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Affinity's like, I did 2 damage that turn when it could have been 4 or something like that.
Yeah, if any card does break the $10 mark, it has to be Copter.
Yeah, it's around 5 now.
They're around 5? Okay. I'm hoping to pick them up around like 3.
Checked it out. So any other? Well, if we're going to talk about these vehicles, we kind of hinted on it. The Sky Sovereign flagship seems good.
The
3 damage.
Speculator's Wet Dream, that card.
The
Why
Fire
did they?
Titan
Why did
there.
they just mash the word Sky Sovereign together? It looks so stupid.
It does look
now that
really
I'm-
bad. Like, it looks super
like
bad.
that. I'm looking at it, and
Skiasaurun.
just at a quick glance, that should be like a fantasy name,
Yes.
and not just a couple of words mashed
It
together.
looks,
That's
it
what
looks,
it's called, but-
it looks very Norwegian.
yeah.
Fjord Sovereign.
Yeah.
It should say. What, you
Oh
got
man, I'm
Enterprise?
down. Fjord Sovereign
Fjord
forever.
There you go.
I like the Fjord
It looks like
Sovereign.
it's sliding in on a glaze.
So that is
anyway.
a 5-mana 6/5 vehicle with flying.
It's
Whenever
it's a 5-mana removal spell that then turns into.
whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls and accrues for 3.
You're all wrong. It's an Inferno Titan that turns into an Inferno Titan. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of
It
what
kind
Yeah.
of. It can't go to the
Doesn't
face
fire.
though,
It's a
so that
fixed-
matters.
oh, it does go to the face for 6. Like, it kills them.
Well, yes, but I'm saying it's
It doesn't get the
burnability.
ability.
No,
part.
it
Yeah.
just, it
5
just kills their
in a format
planeswalker
that doesn't
and
have
then
that.
kills them after.
Well, just, like, all the hype is around Chandra, which we'll get to later, but
Come
like,
here, Kaladesh.
when you're playing a Planeswalker, like if you play a Gideon or something, they're just like, oh yeah, Sovereign, kill the token, or hit Gideon, next turn attack, kill Gideon. Like it's just so efficient
had
at
any
killing
board before that.
Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This card is busted.
And by the way, it's not a creature until they're killing you. So
Also,
like a lot of
It's
removal
free.
doesn't
It's
work.
5 colorless. I mean, it's going to go in anything.
They were careful to make this card, like, the surrounding format not hostile to it. Like, all the cards just all line up poorly against Sky Sovereign in the
So,
format.
yeah.
It costs 5, doesn't get spell quellered, immune to sorcery speed removal.
It's bigger than all the other
5
flyers.
Yep,
toughness.
deals with all,
5
like, the
toughness.
really good Planeswalker in the format.
Yeah.
There was one more point why it was really good. Oh, like the new counterspell doesn't hit it because that says non-artifact. There's no like great artifact removal yet. I think this card's gonna
No,
be
the
very
other
good.
artifact's like 3 or 4 or less.
That's what- exactly,
4
4 or
less,
The white
yeah.
Disenchant, whatever.
They wanted this card to shine, and it's crazy that this card is $4.
Yeah, that I think.
5. Actually, almost 6 right now.
Oh, I bought him at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
That's-
got mine around 5.
Like the art's incredible.
Yeah, it's also one of the more handsome
The art is
cards.
beautiful.
Yeah, the card that Chris said that is the only removal is that colorless spell, which is I had a question about that card anyway, but that's
Oh,
only
yeah.
going to be in the sideboard. We'll see how artifact
Yeah.
heavy it is.
That
But
card's
either
going to get a
way-
lot of work.
Yeah. My question. Well, I had a question on the future value of that foil, but
I think
Foils are at like 12 right now
Oh, okay.
oh, what foil?
for the Sky
Oh, I
Sovereign.
want to know what that
Can you
blue,
buy me one right now
I want to know what that blue counterspell foil is going to be in the
$12.
future.
for Sky Sovereign?
Yeah.
I need a cube one.
I'm very excited to play with that.
Oh, I am super excited for that card. I think it's much better than people are saying. Also,
think
a lot
it's
of pros aren't talking about it.
I don't
Sometimes
think,
it's a little.
I don't
sneaky.
think they want to be wrong about vehicle.
That's true. That's why I
I think
think
they went out on a limb. Yeah.
that's why this card is such a great spec card. Like, if you're wrong, whatever, it's $2.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're right, it's $30
Right.
because
It's a
people
myth.
can't evaluate it. It's Batterskull all over again.
Yeah. It's mythic. I mean, exactly. You're
Yeah.
never going to lose 80% of your investment.
I'm fond of that. Some of the vehicles are trains. That was nice to me. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I gotta say, when someone said vehicles are in the set, though, I was like, that's
Yeah, I thought they were gonna be terrible,
I
but
just don't even know if I'm still.
Well, I'm just glad that it looks like it's going to be a very decision intense. Like some of the removal confidence that is going away will be replaced by a lot of thinking. Like
Combat.
this is one of those formats that I'm actually worried about because I think new players are going to get obliterated in this limited format. Because
this is a super complex format.
Right.
I think it will be. We'll see, but
combat, the blinking, the
Yeah.
the
From-
decisions.
Everything that Rosewater said at the PAX panel, from everything that was discussed at the PAX panels,
Big hype.
I feel like complexity is definitely something that is in this set. I think that's why Rosewater was so hyped and excited about the set, and why he said it was one of the best sets he's ever built, is the number of decisions you have to make that are really meaningful.
Right.
That are built into the set.
For new players, for sure.
Like, there's just all kinds of different decision lines that you'll have. Even with, what is it, the Fabricate mechanic.
Which I
Like-
love.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
like Fabricate.
Did we want a nice complex set after Collected Company? Here you go, noob. You can win,
Yeah.
but now you're screwed.
Yeah, this has actually been one of the more difficult standard formats ever that I remember.
And then now we're going to, on top of it, be a complex limited.
Yeah.
Can we just point out that, people complain about power creep all the time, which is legit. Snarethopter in this format.
Yeah, the
4
card's
mana
ridiculous.
artifact, 4 mana artifact, 3/2 flying haste.
No, you're right. 4 mana heart attack. That's what it
4
was.
mana
It'll
heart
kill you
attack.
real
I
quick.
just can't, I stared at this card for a good 3 minutes trying to figure out if I was reading it wrong, and I'm like, so it's a haste moon heron for everyone. Like, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a
it's
very,
really
very
good.
good limited card.
And most of the Thopters don't fly, so I think the skies might be very
What?
powerful.
This one?
All the servos and stuff, they're all just one.
Servos don't fly. Thopters all fly.
All the he's saying all the tokens they could generate.
Right.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah,
of them are on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
I think there's very few Thopters.
Yeah. There's a lot, not a lot in the
Not
air.
as many. There's more servos.
This is my favorite card in the set. Not
Filigree
close.
familiar? Yeah,
Oh.
that's just the best.
Oh.
Chris was just saying that.
That's going in the cube,
I like
right?
that
Oh,
art, too.
100%.
I just
Yeah.
love this
That's
card.
the fox.
I love
That's
you,
cool.
little artifact fox. This is. I feel like this is a
It's
card that
perfect.
defines a
Chris
certain
just
sort of
pointed that
player.
So,
Yeah.
3
So it's a-
mana, 2/2 artifact creature, fox. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, and when it dies, you draw a card.
Hey, we just did that emerge thing. Here's a fox.
Yeah.
I was just paying 3 for a 3/1 witch a second ago.
So on turn 4, when I jam my fucking my 3/4 flyer, I'll have gained 2 life and drawn 2 cards. That's pretty good. Turn 4, 3/4 flyer that draws you 2. Like
This
it's-
card is.
And
it's
you get
perfect.
to play with a cute
It is
little Baroque
so
box.
perfect.
Yeah, I love that card.
cool
I think
card.
it's wonderful.
There are a lot of buzz on the
I
Courier and the Scrounger. They're right near
love-
each other in the spoiler.
Well, let's go through the list.
Okay.
How
we'll
about we
start
do
at
that?
the
Okay.
top.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
wanna go where do you want to start?
I love the art on
You
Fleet
want to look
Wheel
at your
Cruiser.
list?
That's
Do you want to look
beautiful.
at the actual cards? What are we thinking?
Well, I have them like in
He has
order.
a list.
Yeah.
I
Starting with the
have
Planeswalkers.
I have the card image gallery at Gatherer
Okay.
pulled up, so it's in Gatherer order.
I'm
So
excited to
usually
talk about
when
Hero.
sets come out, I generally somehow you just get that feel. You're like, this card's going to win a Pro Tour. Sky Sovereign for me. In the past, it was Voice of Resurgence and Thassa. I just think Sky Sovereign's that card. But so we've talked about that
Totally
one.
on board.
We'll go right into Planeswalkers.
We're going right into Planeswalkers?
The big one, Chandra,
Do it.
Yeah.
Torch of Defiance. Who gonna read it?
I'll
There's
read
a lot
it
of text.
because I like it a lot. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. 2 and 2 red for 4 loyalty. +1, I can't read it because it's too small. Moving on. +1, exile the top card of your library. You may cast that card. If you don't, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, deals 2 damage to each opponent. +1, add red to your mana pool. -3, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, deals 4 damage to target creature. -7, you get an emblem with, whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to target creature or player.
The first 5 ability Planeswalker.
What's the 5th ability?
You have a choice of casting a spell or just having a shock.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
It's
So
not
it
just
is-
a card like the card that puts on the top, where
Not-
they ab it, where
Not
you
the
lose
first
it.
5 ability.
Yeah, it is.
5 on one side.
5 on one side.
Yeah, 5 on one side.
Boom. Just quiet, Dan. I got you, McKenna.
Cody Banks with the heat.
I got you, Quinn. I got you. It's so good, right? Like, there's
Be
no way. this
precise
is-
with our language here.
She had to be good. It's her plane. Real good.
I want to remind people of Venser the Sojourner and its $70 presale tag.
Yeah.
I would like to remind people
That was
Well,
but
what
that
is
was
she selling it
a
right
full
now?
time vintage playable
Wow.
all star. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Never.
Oh
that
wait, it
happened.
didn't see
None of
any
those
play.
things. Yeah, no.
like 0.
There was no. That's not true. There was a 2-week period in Delver that it did see play.
Oh, good. Oh, goody. So there are 2 big differences between the 2 cards. That was 2 colors. This is not. That's
Yeah.
the biggest difference. And I think this card has abilities. That's the other difference.
Yeah.
But I still urge people not to buy any card presale for $60 because boxes can only be worth so much.
Yep.
And no matter what, the price average of a box will always equate to around $100. And with I thought this before they released the not expeditions, whatever they're calling them,
Masterpieces.
which
Masterpiece.
we
get
probably should have talked about. But we'll get
to
into
that.
it later.
That's gotta be the end.
You know what? When we get to the Gear Hulks, we'll talk about them because they're part of the
They're in it.
cycle.
Oh, there you
Sure.
go.
So,
I got some feels.
it's, holy shit, this is like
I said
flowing.
there's a lot of crap.
This is where I should just panic and start making noises.
I'm getting tired.
Oh.
I'm getting tired. I'm getting nervous.
Oh, me, oh, my.
Come on, it's good. Don't try to
Things
tell
are
me it's
getting
not.
weird.
I think this card is going to disappoint a ton of people.
So many people.
I think it's a totally solid card.
It is the.
You saying it's not a 4 of? Like, what do you mean disappoint? It's
No,
a
I do-
2 of instead of 4?
I do think-
Okay, 4 of and what though?
It's gonna probably 2 decks.
It's the
I want to red
pinnacle.
black money.
It's
count.
the pinnacle red toolbox card.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
But
Exactly, like Red never wants.
you don't want a toolbox card.
toolbox card.
This is like the greatest. This is like the greatest fucking cube card of all time.
Oh, it's unreal, perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Every cube should have
Plus,
this card.
plus one, it casts that 3 damage exile with sorcery. I mean,
So,
that's pretty sweet.
Let's start. This card is good,
yeah, no,
but
no.
I'm trying to bring it back down to earth. That's all I'm trying to do.
I think
Yeah.
that after that got spoiled, people had to be pulled out from the ceiling.
Yeah, this card is
Should
not
look at it
Jace the
like-
Mind Sculptor.
This is the
He's not.
conversation that we had also. Most red decks in history, if given a choice as a 4-mana curve topper for the purpose of what Dread generally was to do, this card is exponentially worse than Koth.
Yes,
Like,
100%.
oh, yeah.
so much worse than Koth at
is
what
at
red
4
is
mana.
generally
It's-
doing, which
it's
means
not 3
all
mana.
of these abilities need to work,
Oh.
factor in really well
Too long
into
to
what
step
you're
later.
doing. And
Yeah,
so for the most
it's been a
part,
while.
it
Yeah.
suffers because it's not particularly linear. And because it's not linear, 4 mana is a lot.
Yeah,
And
this
that is what the question is. What deck does this go in? Is it a deck that breaks that red rule
Yeah.
with other
Yeah.
powerful crap? And look, there's some really powerful stuff in Eldritch Moon, as you saw by the last standard.
Oh, yeah.
So the question
yeah,
is,
this
red,
card-
your cousin's red, this might be nuts in.
I know you and me have already talked about this. I think this card is just like the greatest compliment to Emrakul you could ever hope
Oh,
for.
yeah. That's-
It's mana in the graveyard as a playable planeswalker in the deck. It's mana in play.
Yeah.
And it's card advantage for the ramp
Playing the
decks.
6-mana one in the deck was really good.
Yeah, no, I think,
With the notable difference that the 6-mana Chandra wins the game instantly if left on alone. So that it
Yeah.
always had, it was a secondary win condition. This really isn't.
Yeah. But
So
that's
there's
loaded.
a balance, but I think it promotes the game plan much more.
it fills every hole the ramp deck wants, though.
Yeah.
It functions as removal, ramp, and card advantage, which is huge.
World Breaker.
The card's also it's just good. Like, it's never going to be terrible, but I just think it's a $20 planeswalker
I
and
was
not
gonna
a
say
$60
$40.
planeswalker.
Yeah, and it's going to break some hearts because people
it's
are
gonna
going to
break a
be
ton of hearts.
somebody's already spent $300 for their set,
Yeah.
and they're not going to be able to play 4 of successfully in any deck.
But like, who is that these days? We say this every single set that comes out. The chase card
And people keep doing it.
is $60 every time, and sometimes it holds at $45, but it never holds 6. So like, who's like? I don't know if they're actually selling that many at that price. So they're just kind of just like, oh, it's sold out $60.
I think it's
They
the
sold very few.
it is not the play sets, it's the one-ofs. I think a lot of people buy one of a card,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
it's like
Maybe.
the introduction of EDH has like multiplied that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Like,
people,
this is EDH, yeah.
a lot of casual players see the card and they're like, really cool. I want to own
wanna
that
have
card.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, who's buying it for 60, right? Like, the new Lily has
Like,
held price pretty good,
exact-
but again, 70.
How much money can you make on this card at $60?
$0.
like, yeah, literal
Jace got
zero.
To 100, and it was like busted in 2 formats.
Because
So-
hype also drove that card
Yeah.
A better
exponentially high.
question-
A card that starts low has a much higher ceiling than a card that starts
Oh, it's
high.
more price elastic, and
Yeah,
it's certainly the upside.
exactly.
For you one of buyers who are like, I'd really like to own Chandra Torch of Defiance, I love this card, you could not, there's 0% chance that if you miss it at 60, it's going to cost you 80. It will never happen.
And that's the thing.
And that's
I
why.
agree.
And even
these
if it
make
does,
insane.
like, at that price point, it's like, whatever. You now know the card is an $80
You've got
card,
2 months
and
of
you've
watching
lost
it kill.
$20
Yeah.
to know that this is a guaranteed
Right.
thing.
I don't know who's buying at 60. I just don't even know if it's even
It's
real.
just because I think there are people who genuinely
People
like
went
it.
all in at 40. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, people were, like, nuts over this card.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to, like, I'd be comfortable pre-releasing it. You're not pre-releasing, you're not buying this card to make any money on it at any pre-release price.
Yeah.
There's
No.
Are you going to play it?
That's not what pre-release prices are. People that are so incredibly impatient and to have the disposable income to not worry
There are
about
some
it.
people that
We
think they're
hope.
gonna make money. There's also people that go to the store after a card spikes on a Pro Tour and get annoyed that the store didn't ship you because they didn't do the updated inventory at 4 a.m. because the card now spiked to $20. Like, they have no duty to send that thing to you for $4 because you're on the storefront at 4 a.m. You gotta get mad they don't sell it. Like, I just feel like there are people that are trying to make money on speculation on pre-release.
Cody
Not
knows
on
about
6.
those people because he's there, but he's not there for that reason. No, I'm just
I'll watch it. McKenna knows.
I do not
hate
trade
that
at
dubious
pre-releases.
practice. I don't like that. But either way, there's no money to be made. But I think people are trying to make some money on. Some
Yeah,
of
the
these
money
cards.
to be made is in cards like Smuggler Copter
$2-3.
when they're like $2,
Right.
like or Sky Sovereign, which is
Maybe
This
someone
is-
just saying, "I got my card quick."
Yeah.
I actually think we maybe have never mentioned this phrase before. Making money in Magic is not about windmill slams. It's about grinding. You make money in small increments over a long period of time. Like I
Shaz
feel
would
like your career's
second
been
that.
made off of $3 cards that went for 10, not $40 cards that
No,
went for 80.
mine has been just buying foils of every modern playable card when it's in standard. Like that's how I've made the majority of my money.
But most finance people would definitely agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
Chaz, for example, shout out, is obviously great. Always says, I throw it in the bin because I know, it's a 2-3 years
Yeah.
deck, but
It's-
those are on the $2-3
A lot of the
cards.
times, Magic Finance is knowing just not to sell a card.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to like go nuts, buy all of them. Just don't sell the monastery Swiss Spears you own. Like it's
Right.
free money.
We'll get Jason
Inquisition.
$13 in the
Yeah.
Minus City.
That was a good
What
day for me.
what are Goblin Guides now? $30?
I think it got to be more. I think 40 now.
Yeah, they're
Noble
up there.
Hierarchs went nuts.
Well,
Yeah.
that just isn't Drazi.
Well,
The
they are
judge
played
ones are
in
like
every
150
deck.
now or something. Yay, I did
Wow.
It just looks like it plays fun though too.
But
anyways, that's
but
my
to
thought,
this,
Drazi.
I think this card is terrific. It looks super fun.
gotta be an A.
It is very powerful. It is
Yeah.
just people at home. It isn't the card you think it is, and that's the scary bit.
I'm also skeptical about it in Modern. I don't know.
I don't think it does enough. Right away,
It's-
I think Modern is too furious.
Someone's going to show me the deck. Like, before
I did show it
I go
play
in.
a few times before I go in on
Yeah.
Modern. That's why I just wanna
Guides
open
are around 30 right now, by the way.
Okay, yeah. You know what it is? It's like Nahiri tricked me because I didn't grasp how much she could win the game.
How unplayable it still is in Modern. Yeah.
Has that
Yeah, it's
tipped
completely
over?
unplayable.
Wow, that happened quick.
Yeah, no, it was never playable.
And
That deck like spiked her price for a
Yeah.
while.
It's because good players won with it because they wanted to play Blue Eye Red. It wasn't actually
Yeah,
a good
fair
deck.
enough.
Yeah, it's in the color.
But for that sort of
good.
for that sort of flawed 4 mana, at least it automatically won the game when you got it to do
Yes.
its thing, and there's
Yes.
so it had a very direct path to victory. This doesn't do that. You'll never get to 7. It's just
In this
never
card,
going to
like
happen.
people want to play it in Blue Eye Red, then it's directly competing with Nahiri.
Right.
Which
Which is
I think the deck wants to do, but it isn't actually good.
right,
it's an easier casting. Right?
and much of that too. So it's going to be. I don't think
People
it's a
can
modern
play
card.
Infect in Modern. Patrick Sullivan made that very clear. That was so fucking funny. When the guy won with Infect, he's like, yeah, no, I want you guys to know that you can show up with Infect. Like, I just want you guys to know
we've long
you can
said
play
that, yeah.
Infect in this format. Like, it's okay. You can sleeve up Blighted Agent.
So how many of those modern turns were like, why is there not enough Infect in
Yeah.
for this deck? But
I've
Or
been
even
saying
enough
Infect
Affinity.
was the best deck for a while, and people are like, no, I don't think so. It's skillless.
But Lightning Bolt.
Well,
Yeah.
skillless does not make it not the worst, not
It's
the
also
best
not
deck.
skillless.
It's not
It has one of
skillless
the
at
highest
all.
skill caps in the format.
Yeah. Well, no, I realize that,
Against
but
it too.
but-
I do
Yes.
think
That
that there
a lot,
have
too.
been times when there was such a withering load of lightning bolts that Infect didn't make as much sense.
I really want a Magic card called Withering Load.
I want to see the art.
Yeah, it's just way to the underworld again.
No, it's Serum Visions.
Yeah, so, ow, my eye.
Ow! Ouch.
No, but my point is saying that I think Infect is the best deck in the format, and someone going, no, it's skillless. It's not a reply
Yeah,
to
it's
it's
just
the
not
best deck in the
burns.
format. Yeah, that doesn't that.
It also is not one does not preclude the other. You
Yeah,
can
skill,
have the best
skill
deck and
level.
also
Skill
require
level
no
has
effort.
nothing to do with the power level of
I've
the
talked
deck.
about skill cap, skill floor, right? Yeah, I'm sure. I
Probably.
have.
Yeah.
You go back and listen to that episode.
Talk about shitty art. Chandra's Pyrohelix. I mean, it's sitting right next to Torture
we can
Defiance.
keep talking about cards like this for a long time because 90% of the cards in the format are completely unplayable in bulk. The rares.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, but holy shit. I
You
can't
know,
wait
you
to
don't
open a
wanna
dubious challenge.
You don't see
Look
you
at
don't see
that deck,
Territorial Gouger, a 4-mana 2/2 in case that big energy deck makes
Can't
it
wait
in
to open
modern.
that one.
If you're saying in modern, yeah, and even saying to me,
All right.
there's certainly some clunkiness to a lot of these things.
What's
Yeah.
next on your list?
Maybe build around.
We'll go with Nissa Vital Force. I almost
Yeah.
said voice of Zendikar because I'm so used to saying that. I put no idea with no price amount. Oh, for Chandra, I said $20 to $25 card with chance of spiking back to 40 and staying there if it is a
Never
great
go
staple.
one. Well, does anything ever go 120? But I don't think it ever goes 100. It never 100. Never 99.99.
No.
Lily didn't do it, so
No.
Yeah, it's not 99.
Nissa, Vital Force, 3 GG, Planeswalker Nissa, 5 Loyalty, +1 untapped target land you control. Until your next turn, it becomes a 5/5 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. -3, return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. -6, you get an emblem with whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card.
I love how you can Ultima the turn after she comes out. That's
I mean,
sweet.
you better hope. 'cause
Or the turn she comes into play with
If
Oath
you
of
have
Gideon.
Oath
with Oath of Gideon, which is
What?
spiky.
Yep, that's really bad.
But 2 cards so that you can draw lands later? What's your problem?
Yeah, I think the losing of your Planeswalker kind of hurts.
No, I'm pretty sure that on the 3rd turn, it will be as though you've invested 8 mana to draw 3 over the course of 5 turns. Anyway.
So Green Koth.
This is so much worse than Green Cough.
Like, just go with it.
I do not like this card.
I think it might bash some people's faces in.
Yeah.
It's also Commander's gonna play this, right?
Oh god,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure.
So that's gonna help.
This
that
does
buoy
everything
that,
for
it's
Commander.
gonna buoy that price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what Commander wants to do? More cards? Well,
There are very few planeswalkers that don't make it into a commander deck somewhere.
Sure, but I think this one.
Oh wait,
this one
guys.
makes people
No,
sad.
I figured out it's actually really terrible. Ryan Anyperson offers, "Hi there, I'm Splendid Reclamation.
Hi there.
You may or may not remember me. I didn't make a bunch of a splash when I hit the MTG scene a few months ago. I was called unplayable by most, and
Actually,
even
most
my
people
greatest
thought that card
proponents."
was like secretly broken, but
Yeah,
whatever.
admitted I was
broken in
gimmickly
legacy.
at best. Anyway, I just want to let you know about the hottest new cinematic sensation coming to a theater near you. It's called Payback, B Many Stars, starring yours truly. See you then, Toodles. So this card's terrible.
How about the smirk that guy had when he was probably banging that keyboard?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
and his hand. Anyway, yeah, I don't.
Perfect.
I don't know if that's worth it, Ryan. If only my favorite part being that
Look
you
at some
still have to.
dipshit wrote, wait, 2 Nissas, question mark?
I didn't understand.
You've become one of them. I'm confused and lost on this internet forum.
So it says it's 25 right now.
Yeah,
Nope.
no.
Again, right? Like
Cullen, any person thinks it's great.
Wow, it's only
Ian,
25.
any person thinks it's strong. This card is really bad.
Yes, card's real bad.
It's like the Basswood Seer was insane. I think that card's actually quite insane, and that never, I don't think, hit 25.
Remember when I kept telling people not to buy Tamios?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sold my Tameo.
You did!
Yeah.
And then I opened a second one.
That has had some online up and downs, but that's either here or there.
This card is too expensive. It doesn't do enough. I mean, if you're playing green aggro,
You know what? Here's how I'm going to put it. I'm never going to touch this card. Go ahead and beat me with it if you can.
Yeah,
like,
that's
that's
a good way to
totally
put it,
fine.
yeah.
Like,
I got you.
yeah, more power to you.
Yeah, man.
I like that +1. I just don't care about it much. The rest of it, I don't know.
+1's pretty sweet.
just
She
love
protects
that.
herself.
I just love that.
Yeah.
It's so
You're
boring.
putting
I
a
don't give
land
shit
at
about
risk
that card.
from a removal spell.
Like, I feel like I might just avoid that on the board and try to beat them out
Yeah.
elsewhere.
So, let's talk about...
So, who's your price? What'd you say on that one?
I really have no idea. I had $10.
I think you're gonna
$14.99.
Yeah.
you're gonna
I don't
feel
think so,
really
yeah.
bad if you spend $25 on that. You're gonna feel
Yeah.
like super
That's what I'm
bad.
saying. Like, Basswood Seer never got that high.
This
It
is
was
like-
way better.
For whatever reason, like the most Jace memory adept card I've ever seen in my
Yep.
life. I don't know why. It just feels like the exact same card.
You want to know
color
it's because
shifted.
it's expensive, it's hard to kill, and while the abilities are powerful, they're not interesting and they don't appear to be part of anything.
Yeah.
They're just
Get
doesn't.
Atlas Tracker. Just play those guys. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I love me a regrowth, and it's a powerful ability.
She seemed like a completely busted board card against blue decks.
Yeah,
That's cool. But so does every Planeswalker. Like,
right.
At this
Oh,
point.
look, I got it on
Yeah.
the table. You're fucked.
yeah, a cast Planeswalker with a
Oh,
ton of loyalty.
speaking of blue decks, we've got two different sorts, two different Planeswalker for two different sorts. How did you feel about the most boring Planeswalker of all time, Dovin Ran?
Oh, I love this card.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about the cheap versions of the Nissa and the Chandra and just throw them in the garbage.
Yeah, let's
They're not
right
part of
into-
Kaladesh.
So there are cheap versions of them, and we're throwing them in the garbage. Anyway,
Yeah.
We
moving
did
on.
it!
Okay, yeah.
We talked about them.
Dovin
Dovin
Bond.
Ban.
So my dream is to go Wall of Omens, which hasn't been printed yet. into Filigree Familiar, into Dovin Bond, and Standard. They
doing
they just have to give me Wall of Omens, like I've been saying for every set in the past 7 years.
Play it in Modern. Get in there.
I think this card's really good.
It's super good.
Yeah, it's kind of like Kiora Master of Waves, except I want to play it.
Yeah. Well, it's
Like
Six life and three
Dovin
cards.
Bond.
Dovin Bond.
I mean, it's designed to protect itself. It draws a bunch of cards.
6 life and
It's
3.
I mean, it's little Jace too. Like you cannot leave it alone.
2 life on the card draw ability is actually really powerful.
Yeah.
Plus the damage you didn't take because the Dovan got hit.
Exactly.
So it's like
Yeah.
9+ life.
This
and
card
3
is just
cards.
so good against aggro, and it's good in control mirrors. It draws cards, but it's just average. Like if this card sees play, it sees play in one deck.
Yep. And it'll be a 2 of.
I think this card's a 4 of.
Do you?
I think if blue white control is playable, this is like the reason to play blue white.
Okay.
So what's it going to look like? A Spirits deck with a Dovan?
No, I'm saying like blue white control
Yeah, because I don't think you
with
could.
the new counter spell.
You couldn't. It
like
doesn't do
Fumigate.
anything.
Is that what it's called?
If
Yeah,
you're trying to
Fumigate is
beat
the
them
new
down.
wrap.
Yeah. I don't know if there's enough good.
So
other
this
blue right
this
now.
card has a chance at being $12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
What is that pre-sailing at now?
20.
Dovin.
Yeah, $20.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely out at $20 on a 2-color Planeswalker. 2-color Planeswalker I'm in on though. Shahili Ray.
Sahili
Rai.
I just
Rai,
have too much
sorry.
in my
I think
heart
it's
wants
Rai.
to play red blue, so I shouldn't feel like I shouldn't say anything. Like 3 mana red blue, I'm always in.
Yeah, it's a 3-mana Planeswalker with abilities that seem relevant. Like at its worst, it's going to be a $12 card in my opinion.
In my favorite colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the art's really cool.
I like it.
Oh, the art is
I love the whole
gorgeous.
card.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one that matches the theme of the art of the set that we talked about.
Yeah.
Like,
Sahili Rai.
What happened to Gronsky?
1 blue red.
He said he was coming
Oh, okay.
Change his mind.
Okay.
+1, scry 1. Sahili Rai deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's really cool. She also eats other planeswalkers over time.
Scry is very powerful.
Scry is powerful.
Yes.
-2. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. That token gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step. -7, search your library for up to 3 artifact cards with different names, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library.
The Dream, some 3-card artifact combo.
as I said, you
Whee!
can bother playing the other, no extra incentive to put an artifact in.
So
the deck there.
the reason I'm excited about this card is it's -2, because I hope that I just want to do this in Standard. I hope this deck is good enough where I go turn 1, turn 2, I don't know, kill your creature, Incendiary Flow. Turn 3, this plus Scry, take 1. Next turn, play the Skizik artifact that comes into play as a 5/3 and turns itself on for the first turn, and then you -2 copy it and 10 them.
Oh.
Like, that's a disgusting curve, yeah.
The vehicle turns itself on.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see
There's
that.
a
So like a
4/3
one-shot,
trample
right?
haste.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it
yeah.
turn
The
on.
first time it
Also a Q playable card.
yeah.
Oh, is
Because
that the Dragster?
Fleet Wheel Cruiser?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wanna
Yeah.
I didn't see
Yeah,
the part
that
where
card
it
is
turns
very,
itself
is
Yeah.
pretty powerful.
on.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I'm basically just like a ball lightning that you can use.
Turn
later
5
again.
Sky Server in good game. All right. I mean,
I-
it's cool.
So can you?
Oh, and oh my god, I love the art on that too. The Fleet Wheel Cruiser.
It's
vehicle
it's
crew?
absurd.
That is
Yeah.
fucking gorgeous.
It looks like Usain Bolt's shoes. Like, it's so fast.
But they're not
Yeah.
creatures. So you
It's
can-
funny
vehicle
though,
creatures
like
are
No, when you
how
control a vehicle, you
how
can
bad that
vehicle
card
Another
is
vehicle?
the second you're not already winning.
I think it's just,
like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
what am I going to do with it? Well, you could not attack with it, and you could leave it sitting
It
there.
has some similarities to, like, Reality Smasher. I think the card's
Yeah.
good. Crew 2 is the perfect crew, by the way.
Yeah,
Especially in Limited.
Can vehicles crew each other? Like, can you
Yes.
ramp?
If you make it into a creature, you can tap it to crew another creature.
Oh my god! So if you played Sky Sovereign, Shahili
Yeah.
Ray,
Yeah.
it dies. Legendary roll. But that is sweet.
You activate your Fleet Wheel Cruiser to activate your Sky Sovereign console flagship.
It would do
I
it
actually
easily.
really like most
Yes.
of the vehicles.
I think
Like,
all
I'm happy
4
to play
rares
with
will
them.
see play.
Yeah.
At least, or rare.
Oh, the
mythics.
Cultivator's Caravan is like the meest card I've ever encountered in my
I think
life.
that card is like unreal.
I'm a
underrated,
mana
too.
rock, and by the way, I'm also a 5/5. Like, that's so great.
That also can tap for mana the turn it comes in play 'cause it's not an actual
yeah,
creature.
so
I
good.
don't think people have realized that yet.
3 mana, give it.
Yep.
Oh, that's the first thing. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
my fucking chromatic lanterns.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Shahili Rai has a high skill floor, has a high ceiling, we'll say.
Yes.
But
Dollar
I
ceiling.
think its power level is pretty, I don't know, medium.
It's a
You
beautiful
think it could get
card.
you think it could get high as in $40?
No, I don't see it having.
$29.99.
I don't think it has the
I'll go-
applications in other formats.
I
really.
think it has a chance
that.
at spiking to 25, but I see it sitting around 12.
Sort of like I feel like it's a very similar card, not in effect but style to Ralzeric, which just does a lot of stuff in different directions, and like everything it does is like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't. It's not a card that delivers you towards the purpose, so it kind of loses out.
Sounds like you're not going to have a very high box EV after about the third week.
Well, the thing is, cards like Chandra make box EV great the first week because you buy the box. If you open Chandra, you sell it while it's high, and then you wait 2 weeks as everything else tries to balance out, and the smaller cards go up while Chandra goes down, and then you sell all that. So this is actually a good set to buy boxes,
But
which
now-
is something
I
I
was thinking, like, 3
never
weeks
say.
out, I think it's going to be a really bad box EV. You know, maybe, but if that works,
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
Well, the thing is, like, it'll probably be fine, but you're going to have some packs where you're just like infinite sadness, like
Yes.
just unreal sadness.
And I think that's going to happen in limited too, because there are going to be some packs you open. This is going to be one of those formats I think where we're like, man, I really need creatures now. Like I just like
lot
you're
of
just
energy.
Where do
picking
you,
shadows on
where
the
do you
body.
fit the vehicles in limited? I mean, in your mind, where are they going into your deck? Because you can't just put them in as creatures.
No, and they're interesting because like it kind of precludes there being a really strong control deck because you got to have a lot of bodies to make all this stuff function. And like
Yeah.
I think there's enough real estate taken up by these that it's going to be kind of difficult to pull off.
I think you still prioritize 2-3 drops, and now your vehicles are fine.
Oh no, I'm just saying that yeah, that's totally cool. I just think it's going to change. I think these are going to really change what the format looks like because of their particular requirements, both to use and then to attack.
And there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. How many at common? 3? 3 at common and then 4 uncommon, 4 rare. Yeah. Or no, 3 rare, 1 mythic.
Well, we can talk all about those on our next episode when we recap the limited format.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
They're definitely a big TBD. I think everyone is trying to figure out what that's going to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
as we go into the Gear Hulk cycle, that brings with us I keep forgetting the fucking names. Masterpiece. Someone explain that while I go get rid of all these Hot Pockets.
Dan?
The masterpiece, the MTG Masterpiece series. Here we go. I got to pull it up on my computer so I can look at it. So, basically, they decided that the expedition lands in Zendikar were a fantastic idea, and it sold them a shitload of boxes. And so now they're doing it in every single set.
Yeah.
There's going to be, in this case, the Kaladesh invention. So it's a special cycle of cards. There's going to be a total of 50 between Kaladesh and the next set. There's, I think, 30 in Kaladesh, 20 in the next set. They will all be foil. They will all be themed to the set visually, and they will pick cards that fit the theme. So that's why all the Kaladesh ones are inventions. They're all artifacts.
Because of the bazaar.
Which is why that was so cool when that came
Yep.
out. Like, all the
They-
users made this happen.
In my opinion, I know there's some disagreement on this, are stunningly gorgeous.
I like most of them. I know McKenna's not into it, but McKenna actually can't see art, so only thing he could
Yes.
ever register was that something had gone wrong.
I think I like
I think-
more than I don't like. But
Yeah.
I don't like the
I haven't looked at, I don't know, I don't think I've seen all of them yet, but I didn't see any of them that I straight up didn't like.
Most of them?
There's some I don't
No.
care about.
They're too involved, the artwork on all of
It's the
them.
border just
What do you
coming
mean
in
too
high.
involved?
The
Too
border-
much shit going on in every picture.
The border
This
takes
is like-
some of the
No,
art and makes it
I
too
completely
busy.
disagree.
It's-
I totally agree with
You could have,
Fits.
because of the nature
So-
of the border, you
And the
could have done.
Servant. What the-
Well, the ones that are very simple, like the arts that are pretty simple, are really good. Like
The art-
Soul
Painter
Ring
Service
looks
is-
really beautiful.
Oh, I think that's like one of the worst arts ever in Magic.
Oh, I really
Really?
like it.
Oh, I hate it.
Well, then which one do you think
I think
looked pretty
Cloudstone
So,
Curio is
I-
fucking gorgeous.
I think
agree
Mana
on
Vault's
that one,
cool.
just 'cause
I don't know. It just that's
the
what I
swords
think
look
of
cool.
a Mana Vault.
good? Oh, the big box with
Yeah,
the walk.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's-
think
Oh, that's
Mana
what I
Vault.
said.
I
Okay,
think
I thought of that.
I think that's really cool.
Ether
Yeah.
Vial looks fine.
I don't remember Aether
The
Vial.
door opening was badass in the Mana Vault. and-
Ether Vial.
And the swords look
See,
great.
it's too involved
Champions
for me.
Helms.
I think
that
very
Aether
doesn't
busy.
Vial
look
is a
involved to
little
me at
thing.
all.
So here's
I
the
think
ones
it
I thought
looks
were
fine.
cool. I thought Lightning Greaves was really cool.
Yes.
Lightning
That was
Greaves is nice.
awesome. How they're in
Very
like the
simple.
display case and everything.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Sideways.
I think Lotus Petal may be one of my favorite arts ever.
Lotus
I
Petal is
love
very
the
beautiful.
perspective on it, like how it's just showing the petal coming off the flower. That's really cool. But like
That's gonna be pretty.
Cloudstone Curio,
I think it's stunning.
I
But,
think it's
like-
gorgeous.
It's a cool concept. It just doesn't look good.
See, I think it's
I don't
like
like
just a
hangerback.
weird
I think it looks
egg.
beautiful.
About busy. Hangerback
Oh, I love
busy.
hangerback.
I think hangerback.
Okay, hangerback's really cool.
Hangerback's.
I don't like that one.
Oh, I like
And-
it a lot.
and-
Hangerback looks like something out of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Like it looks like a really sort of like pulp,
Oh yeah.
pulp steampunk art. And I think
It's
cool.
well, it's that Baroque fantasy look that
Mana Crypt is just like,
that is like one of my favorite art aesthetics is the Baroque fantasy stuff. So I'm just a sucker
just
for
twirly
that.
Figured out the
swirly
thing-
gold
You know
everywhere.
what Mana Crypt looks like? It doesn't look like a magic card. I
It
like
looks
what it is, but it
Prince
doesn't
Ali,
look like a magic
Fabulous
card.
He Ali Ababa.
A little bit.
It kind
And
of
Mana
looks like
Crypt is
Detachment.
kind of boring. I
Mox
have
makes
to
you
say.
feel like an old Mox, so I'm down with it.
Mox Opal is terrible.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Like that's
Mox
my
Opal
point.
is
though.
My
exciting.
Mox Opal is much better than that.
It's the backgrounds that bother me for all the cards. They're just this
Yes,
copper
you know what
and
happened?
everything.
And this is what they told the artists you need to make
Mox
everything
Opal.
really filigree and complex. And then they told the person doing the border you have to make everything really filigree
Yeah,
and
exactly.
complex.
Yeah.
And then there's not necessarily enough space separating the art from the border. That's why I think Soul Ring works, because it looks like it's sort of an extension and it's part of it. And then on something like Sculpting Steel, everything looks like garbage. Because you
Mox
can't do a
Opal's-
narrative style
Oh my
story
God, what
picture.
was it?
Sculpting steel is not great.
So
It's also boring. And the swords
there
are
is
awful
something
looking.
you will never be able to unsee with the Sol Ring, and it's there's an episode of Futurama where Zoidberg gets rid of his shell and he like scuttles around all wiggly jiggly, and if you look at the Sol Ring, it's him going. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I
Scroll
like
rack.
Feast and Famine.
I love the idea, but the execution
There's
is
too
very
much going
confusing.
on.
Very
You
loud.
can't.
No,
Rings of
I
Bright
think
Earth
I
is kind
think
of
Feast and
basic and
Famine is
fine.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
And-
It's a hate card I've always hated the art
Totally
on.
agree. I think the swords are cool. I think the Feast Famine is the most
I
cool.
Feast
hate
and
the
Famine
swords.
is gorgeous.
The swords look so dumb.
Oh,
The
look at
swords
Feast and
look
Famine looks
the
sick.
swords look like they're in dime store sci-fi novel covers.
Again, like too much going on with Sword of Fire.
Yeah, where's the handle?
Well,
Exactly,
yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Sophie and Light and Shadow aren't
They're
great,
just trying to
But
steampunk
Feast and
it.
Famine is
but
cool.
I like Feast and Famine.
It's okay.
Look, end of the day, we're getting now 50 in this set. Lottery tickets to come in the pack. You can't. Nothing
Look
wrong
at
with
Steel
that.
Oversea
So,
in the background is
predictions for
Hangerback
next
Walker.
one?
That's
Whatever, it's gonna pay for half a box. So
Spellskite, Pithing Needle, Engineered Explosives,
Oh my god.
Vidalcan
Tundra.
Shackles,
Very likely.
Tundra.
Tundra. That's how you're gonna see him, boys.
Give me a sweet Vidalcan Shackles. Chalice of the Void.
Vidalcan
That's not in this one, right?
No.
Okay.
There's no way they print them all on set, though.
You need some mad ones too. You need some mad. You gotta throw some in.
That's
there.
the one I'm trying to
You
think.
need a Mem Knight.
You need a Memnite. Cranial plating, but that might
Could
be
be.
one. What the
Heartbound?
fuck is it called? The 3-mana artifact.
Yeah.
You put a charge counter on it. That's like an EDH staple.
Oh,
Coalition relic.
I think they're like basalt.
100%
Oh
has
my
to be in there.
God.
Basalt Monolith would be gas too. They can't do Grim
Do they
Monolith. That's
do they just
on the reserve
drop from the vaults now?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
they're
think
list.
They
Oh,
do
100%
these?
they have to.
Yeah.
There's,
I'll
this is-
lose
this
my
is
mind
from
if
the
they do
vaults.
Coalition Relic.
that would be. I would
Oh,
love it.
as long as it looks good.
Yeah.
By the way,
Because
Chromatic
what I
Lantern
thought
looks
this
choice,
What?
and I love it to death.
One
and I
more
want
interesting point in all these. How sweet is it going to be to open a Sol Ring and be able to play it in your
Yeah,
draft?
you win. I mean,
Yeah.
one. Wow.
Because
Yeah.
that's
these,
what they said. You can play.
you can play these in your
I
draft.
can put it into my eBay.
But that's what people are saying. They're like,
Yeah.
well, if the guy opens Soul Ring, good for you and double good.
Yeah, a
for
bunch
you.
of people
Definitely
are
not
like,
beating that.
I really want Sorry. I'm like, don't worry. You'll get mine. Like, it's fine. I just want the Lotus Petals. I think they're like just
I also like
stunning.
Crucible because I love the colors.
Well, hey, Crucible.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like something that's already been done. That's why it bothers me, and I can't figure out what it is.
Portal 3.
Stargate.
Alhermeret's Archive. It's the same art.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
just like-
Except
it's just
inverted
closer.
red or
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
and black.
I also liked the art on that one.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, but it's divisive in
Mox
art. so I
Opal's
mean,
really busy. Painter Servants, actually, it's
that picture is
okay.
pretty busy though.
It's very busy, but
not
there's
a huge
It
fan
doesn't
of
really
Painter
look like
Servant.
he's changing a whole bunch of colors, though.
No.
It doesn't invoke the feel of it.
Static Orb is sweet.
Actually, I think Static
realize
Orb is pretty cool.
that the Hangerback Walker was actually an aircraft carrier.
Oh, I thought that was that's Solemn Simulacrum. I thought it was
Yeah.
Etch Champion.
No, it's not.
No, I love that it's solemn. It's so angry looking though.
Etched will be
Probably
one
'cause
too.
it-
That's
so
kind of cool. Yeah.
You're not gonna wait long for Etched. It'll be in there too.
Seal Overseer, I don't mind. I think that's actually cool.
Yeah.
But they're not always gonna be artifacts.
And a little
This
Hangerback.
one
no.
is-
But
yeah.
I'm saying, I'm talking future state.
No,
Which
they-
is awesome.
Yes, it will be themed
Dude, duels
to
are
whatever the
coming.
set.
I hope so.
The
Duels-
Gearhulks look so
What duel?
stupid.
Duels are coming. It's
The old school
They're-
duels?
The white one
No.
looks good.
Yes, they
That's
are.
a sweet
They're
picture.
all just spraying
Not a
their
chance.
color on them.
Yes. The rest of them look terrible.
Loophole. that they
They're
created.
in the
I'm gonna
no
get you.
no.
I'm gonna.
They
hold
can't
on
even-
me.
they can't
I
even
got some
print them
lightning
like
in my
this.
hand, motherfucker. Oh, I'm gonna get you clean. And
These
then this
no
one's gonna be-
loophole.
These are
Great.
really not
There's no loophole. In the reserve list, it says they cannot be printed in anything. Not even in special sets.
They tried to do it already with Judge promos. And it didn't work, so.
Nope.
Go with this. There's going to be, let's say 50, let's even 40 of these.
As long as...
Yeah, I don't think it can be in every set
As long
thing.
as Wizards stock ticker keeps doing this, they're not reprinting the duels.
Buffy's on fire.
Maybe when it starts doing this, Hasbro will get on them and say it's time to reprint the duels, but...
Here's the thing.
Nope.
Here's the thing.
Where are they going to go?
They're gonna
His
do what they
acting
did in
wasn't
this,
very
which
good
is they'll
there.
probably
I still
flex
love
out, and we'll see a lot of cards from the set done up in this manner. And the
Please
reality
just
is
make them
that
like
they're
regular foils.
right.
Come on.
And then they're gonna do they're gonna print the weird shit. They're gonna take cards that we play with that aren't super hard to get, and they're gonna make them super pretty. Like that's the shit that you're gonna see. Like, and I'm.
But are people going to get burned out of like? Are people like it's a feel good that can feel bad?
I
Like,
bought
people get
hockey
pissed-
cards for years just because they had foil Goldie Mask cards in them. They will not get bored.
I don't know. I just feel like again, it might be starting to feel bad. Like, oh, what do you know? Like, of another $14 1 in 1,000 pack card.
You know what? You just made $14. Like, let them live with
Here's
it.
the thing.
Yeah.
It may eventually, no, it'll never change because it's always affecting different groups. Because because they said it when they described it, it's like, it's about pimping. We just admit that this is something people really care about. So we're
Yep.
gonna do it. I mean, what about the cycle where they it's a land set, so they just do 5
Yeah.
cycles of
It's also a
lands.
free level of excitement to players.
Yeah.
When the lands come out, those are all going to be pimped.
No, it used
Yeah,
to be
this
from
is-
reserve list.
It is reserved, yeah.
I'm talking about what if they just did, we're just gonna do shocklands this time. We're gonna pimp shocklands.
But then what are you going to do about your Eternal Master set?
There's
So
different
the-
shot plans.
Yeah, they did Pimp Shocklands.
Yeah, expeditions. were
Expeditions.
Oh yeah.
And they were good.
but they're valuable, and those do feel fine enough when you open them.
And you know what? Not that I'd ever
Yeah,
open
they're
one because I'm the
masterpieces.
unluckiest person who's ever lived,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I've seen the
that's what
enjoyment of
everybody
other
thinks.
people. And they really liked it.
I got 0 on Gatewatch, so they ratcheted that B down.
0 expeditions.
That's amazing.
I've never I opened nothing.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
I haven't won.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I don't know.
I think it's a
agree,
worthy
with the
concern.
cards in set, you got the gear hooks here. The Titan of the set will probably be there, but 40 or so in every single block.
I think it's too
is
many.
A lot.
Like-
That's what I'm
And they may
saying.
scale it back, but they may also do shit what if it's a Doomblade? What if they take cards that have always been around? Like,
Alright, these been
I think people will start. I don't. Maybe they're not. I'm
Actually, there may be enough EDH stuff. I put that in quotes because I don't want to offend anyone.
imagine they fucking
That's
nailed
good.
it on. Imagine they cleaned up the
be
foiling,
sweet.
right? The foil doesn't suck. They did normal foiling, which would be the most amazing thing ever.
I also want to see how they look in person. Maybe the border doesn't look as stupid.
Yeah.
To me,
I
it
think
looks
it's gonna shimmer,
real
so
stupid.
much.
But I'm I would
Well,
be excited
again,
to open
the-
packs if I thought I could open a sweet disfigure for my cube, right?
Just
if they
imagine
took
just
sweet
knowing
cards.
you can open a pack
That's
of
a nice
cards
throw-in.
and get a Sol Ring. Like that's
These-
just cool.
These are all pack movers, and that's what
These-
helps that stock ticker go up, no
Yeah.
doubt. I'm just saying,
It-
kind of practically, it seems like a lot.
It's
these-
great for Grant, and it's great for card prices. Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to
Yeah,
cut you
no.
off.
Great for
These
set prices.
these
Yeah.
borders are all very specific to Kaladesh.
Kaladesh.
Like the
Right.
next set will have an art
But that-
motif
we're
that's
just talking about, is
entirely
there enough
different.
Well,
content
Egypt,
to
right?
depict? Are there enough cards that are worth
That's my
reprinting?
question.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God, yes,
Well, that's the thing is if you do
yes,
Including Modern Masters and all that?
yes.
Yeah, because they can just double up on stuff, I guess,
Yeah.
from Modern
Yeah.
Mass. Yeah.
again or something.
I mean,
This
they've
would-
got a
this
lot
would
of
be a
swords
good
to do,
avenue
although
for
I'll be
them.
bummed if they complete the sword cycle here because I don't
Just
think.
your Snapcaster Lily, I mean,
Goblin Guide.
Also, this will not affect
my
the
God.
price of original cards at
but they will
all.
put a
Like
lot.
No.
0%.
Like
Right.
Guide and Lily
It'd
and
be like
Snap.
Goblin Guide, Goy, Banana Click, like one of each color.
Yeah.
This is
Maybe
here's the
like a
thing.
brick and a boyfriend,
WoW
but-
didn't die when they switched to letting you pimp your shit for extra cash. Like it just didn't. Like it's not a thing that's having a problem for it, and they've not abused it. But that's all this is. This is like, did you want to spend an extra $30 so your deck looks a little cooler? We got you.
This is the Candy Crush of life.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a model that's worked really well, and the fact that it's not going to take away from anything and it's only adding is pretty cool. Like,
It
I'm
fixes a
totally-
that's
lot
the
of
thing.
problems. It
Yeah.
fixes a ton of
and
problems.
I don't think,
That's
and I
Oracle
think that
text,
there
right?
are enough cool there are enough cards to pimp out there, because of EDH and because of between EDH and Cube, there are enough secondary. I want that fucking card that nobody plays except in those places that you're gonna do. Like somebody out there, somebody's like, why won't they just pimp Teferi? I'm tired of only having a foil.
I went to buy
Teferi.
a foil original Seal of Fire the other day, and it was like $30.
What?
Yeah, I know. So I'll just play one if I end up playing Grimflare.
That seems maddening.
Yeah, I know.
And you get to get the new
Well, I mean, you
images of mana
talk
for
about the
Soul Ring.
random cards. Like Chromatic Lantern is one that I love for EDH. I've always loved the
Chromatic
card.
Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
it's really cool.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
If there's any justice, I will open a Chromatic Lantern while we're playing this set.
And-
But what will really happen is you will open it next to me.
Are they
That's
gonna
what.
be pre- are they
That's
gonna be
exactly
pre-released?
And
what
I'll
will
like
happen.
debate playing it. Like, I don't know.
Are they going to be pre-release as well at the same rate, or are these only for boxes being shipped?
No, in every pack at the same rate. Basically,
Is it
was a
one
little bit
1,000?
right around the same as a Mythic Foil. I think one in every 1,200,
It's one in every 4 boxes, I think they said.
something like
Yeah.
that. One in every like
I
1,200
swear
packs or
those
something.
Zendikar ones are way higher clip than that.
Well, my 0%
Yeah, I guess so.
lines up with,
I certainly was good luck for everybody else because I saw a lot of expeditions opened around me.
who was it at Temple that opened the 4 Arid
Charles
Maces?
got a Tyler. I think.
Tyler, yeah, he opened 4
He
Arid
opened a
Maces.
set of Arid
Yeah,
Maces?
a
I
set.
bought one of
It was like the only one he opened. He just opened
Good
4
for
of them.
him.
Oh, I got another Arid Mace. I'm like,
No, Tyler's awesome, but it's just like absurd that he
buy that
opened
many
4 of
I
the
know.
same
Wow.
one. Because he didn't open that many packs.
I mean, the pack ratio.
Yeah.
I think it's great. There's nothing about me that doesn't like it. I can't wait to see where they go again. There's nothing but hype and excitement. I
So-
think it's awesome.
Recap, cool for the people who like them.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
Uh,
a win-win,
No,
win-win,
no
win-win.
feel bad.
I'll never put one in my deck.
Oh, look at the prices.
In your limited deck.
There's a couple.
No, I'll put them in my draft deck. I'll never put them in a constructed deck. I don't think any of them are cool enough for Cube. I don't know. I'd rather.
I
originals.
can't see any of these like being so cool that I'm actually going to spend money on them to get.
I do love that
They-
hangerback walker.
They add
It's
excitement
gorgeous.
to opening
I love
packs, and they do not, and they bring down the price of
Totally.
the
Because
set.
they sell more packs.
Sell my packs.
Well,
And-
if you equate to these averaging, I don't know, whatever, $10 to $20 of a box price, then everything else in the set is worth less because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get to sell these because you don't like them.
See, I never understood that the hangerback walker is an aircraft carrier.
What? It's always. But I always thought that's what.
I know. I just
What?
for some reason I never got that. It just eluded
Hangerback.
me.
It
I
hangs
know.
on
I
the
was
back.
thinking of things hanging.
Recurring nightmare.
It was
It's
hanging.
about a nightmare that he keeps having.
Why
I
can't
never
see the
got-
current prices? I'm trying to find
Its
the prices.
back was a hanger. I'm telling you. It's just one of those.
She's the mind sculptor. Oh, he tricks people's minds.
It's the moon. I don't know. Hangerback walker. I could almost spend money on that card.
Dude,
It's
Lightning
just
Greaves is going to
gorgeous.
I
be
think it's gonna
a
be really-
preposterously expensive card.
I'm trying to
Yes.
find all the current prices. I don't think anything was higher than $140.
$40 is that's what
I
my
don't think anything was
guess.
higher than 140.
Really?
or
You
so.
think of that little?
I was thinking
Every
that.
EDH deck runs Lightning Greaves.
There's like a
Basically.
million copies. There's
Oh,
foils,
that's
there's
probably true.
promos. Like
There was one that was the first
That's
foil
really
version
cool,
of a card.
though.
I forgot
It's
what it
very
said.
cool.
they did an awesome job on that one.
Yeah, that one
Mike,
landed the plane.
What?
There's
Lotus
one,
Petal,
I can't remember
Mana
what it is.
Crypt?
There's one that's the first foil version. And it
I
did
love the
just
Cloud
spike
Mana
higher.
Vault.
Furio.
Was it Vault?
Yeah, because that's of course the one I want. Because there is no foil version.
Is there no foil Mana Vault?
Nope.
That
Wow,
is
that's
beautiful
going to be.
too.
Oh my
I
God, the
believed it
Vault.
was on the reserve list. I was really surprised.
Apparently
I
not.
don't know, guys. That's my. I just want to see the freaking blue line, so I'll never stop talking about that shit.
Do we want to talk about the Bathhouse Gear Hulk and all his companions?
The bathhouse
Yeah.
Hulk.
If you're talking about your Hulk,
spruce up your life with
Oh
some
my God, he
water.
is. He really is,
So
isn't he?
let's see. What's the biggest feel bad while you guys do that? I'll find it.
So
What,
we have a new
Noxious Gear
Gear
Hulk?
Hulk cycle.
Yeah.
We
new,
have
new set of Titans. 'cause
we'll
every
start
set
with the
needs
easy
its
one.
Titans.
$40 is the cheapest.
Combustible Gear Hulk. For 1 white, you can gain 3 life or prevent the next 3 damage to a creature or player.
What?
Points at home to anyone who gets that. And next we have, we'll go with my favorite, Cataclysmic Gear Hulk.
Killer card.
That's awesome. 3 white for a 4/5 vigilant artifact creature construct. When it enters the battlefield, each player chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents he or she controls, and then sacks the rest.
Bomb.
You know why I don't like the arts for these? I just realized why. They all feel like you'd open them in a little pack you got with your Xbox One. Like, Duels of the Planeswalker.
I feel that way about all of them except the Cataclysmic Gear Hulk,
All
which I
right,
think has
okay.
good art in both versions.
I like the...
So, here's what I wrote word for word. Powerful card that will at least be a sideboard card in a number of decks, but isn't the flashiest card, which should keep its price down despite its play. $6 to $8 card with dips to $4.
Yeah, it's too rugged and it's got too many words for some people. I feel like it's just what I love more than anything is it doesn't blow up your fucking O-ring.
It's just really cool. It is different than that card everyone keeps comparing it to, but
It's
still
different.
powerful.
because they get to pick. But it's really, I mean, it's pretty damn good.
It's unlikely to be outclassed by the thing that they've left on the table. And yeah, I think it's just really good. And chances are you're not playing it in a deck
You
where
set
you've
it up.
destroyed all your own creatures.
Man,
Like,
I'm
it's-
excited for this set.
I think it's very good.
Like the more cards we review, I'm just like legit pumped for this set to come out.
Bathhouse Gear Hulk.
Go ahead and read it, Mike.
4 blue. It's a artifact creature construct. It's a 5/6. It has flash. When Bathhouse Gear Hulk enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead.
I put that this card would need a significant amount of help before it sees play, and it'll probably sell around $2 to $3.
It has that like thing where it feels it could do something amazing and broken. What's the biggest instant sorcery that I would do?
It feels like a improved but not enough Diluvian Primordial, which is where you're paying a good rate on a big old body that ostensibly should be. It feels like you should be getting double value for it, but you probably aren't because they're just, as you were saying, aren't the spells to support it. Like it's cool if you are like, yeah, I'll actually counter that too, and with my Mega Snapcaster, and I will do that, but it's probably not going to happen
It's
as
really
often
cool
as
with
you'd like.
grapple from the past. I just thought,
Yeah.
Well, on a high, super high, like not really a competitive end, but that feels good with that ruthless dismissal. If you have a creature, you have some other just crappy creature, and you're like, "Well, bring that back."
Sorcery.
Oh, is it a sorcery?
yeah, it will not bring back. I know. The first time I saw it, I was like, yeah,
It lost a lot of power.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not.
Well,
you're,
there's a ton of sorceries. They're hesitant with some instant sorcery stuff
Yeah.
lately too. So you're losing
yeah.
some.
Well,
mega-
it's so that you can't do shit like, well, I guess I'll just blow the board again. Like, it's definitely narrower because of that.
I was just trying to get like what's the super.
But it's
rate
great.
for
It's
six?
also
It is the Frost Titan of the bunch.
It is the least fair limited card I've seen.
I mean, all of these are playable limited, I think, right?
I know, but this is just
playable and limited. They're
thi-
power.
I mean,
This is
yeah,
the thing where
solid.
you're in a place you go, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they just are like, I'll pop it in, I'll kill that, I'll block
It's
here,
just like
and
owning
you're
a Titan.
dead.
Like, this is a first pick. Pack one, pick one.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like
on every
It
circumstance.
Like-
won't flash anything back 80% of the time,
And
but it's still like
it-
whatever.
it does. It's
I
a
don't-
5/6
and
flash
return, you
monster.
can
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
fine, yeah.
You keep up your mana.
Like,
in
I-
return, you attack for 5. because
I
you
think the
have-
red one is actually the worst of the bunch in
The
limited.
red one is fucking terrible.
It's a bad card.
I
It's
mean,
fine and limited.
it's a first
Actually,
strike-
no, it still has some
It's a
issues.
first striking 6/6 for 6. That's fine.
So to the people who didn't get my joke earlier, I read the text to Healing Solve,
So-
which was the fifth and worst
Combust-
card of the Ancestral Recall cycle.
combustible Gear Hulk. Oh, we have to touch on the fact that
Lightning bolt.
with the Spanish name for Gear Hulk is Mecha Titan.
Yes, they did a
Mecha
good job
Titan.
there, the Spanish.
I'm loving that.
Uh,
I need Spanish copies of these just for that reason.
So here is what Combustible Gear Hulk is not. Fabian Any Person. A 6 CMC 6/6 first striker that can either draw you 3 cards or mill 3 cards to potentially burn your opponent's face for a ton of damage isn't value or card advantage, question mark?
Yeah, but then you people don't.
I know.
Opportunity cost.
I tried. The people were like, won't this be good in Temerge? And I'm like, no, that's
No.
not
This
a thing.
is why you age. You fight with these people on the internet. Yes. Stay young.
And for the record, T-Merge didn't have the greatest time getting to 2 red.
No, it did not.
It's very bad.
Most of the time, it didn't want red.
And the whole gimmick is that you're not casting things that aren't Emrakul for 6 mana. That's the whole point was the cheating mana cost, not intentionally. And people are like, well, then you can use it to sacrifice to other things.
Oh.
I'm like, well, that's not good. That's the body. The whole thing you're arguing is that it's a 6 mana 6/6 first
No,
striker.
but you need
and
to
that's
turn your
good.
microphone
And then you're
around
like,
so
and
you're
I can
holding
turn
it
it
the
into a
right way.
wretched griff. And I'm like, you've missed the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
What this
Probably
card
lost
even is good
half
at.
your conversation there.
It is bad.
Sorry.
They if somebody was like, at least it's not at least it doesn't have haste and deal 3 damage when it comes into play. I'm like, that would be a much better card if you could just drop it and rumble for 9. Like
That's
yeah.
at 6/6
Yeah.
haste. I'd take that over the first.
Oh
strike.
hell yeah! And
Yeah.
that's why it doesn't have it because
Yeah.
that would be much better.
Those card is awful.
That'd be like, oh, I'd rather have trample.
Oh,
Obviously.
no. This
For-
card is
for
going to see
constructed.
play in Sneak and Show. That's what people are saying. That is the word on the street. That people will put this card into their legacy deck. They
Yeah.
will choose to show up at a tournament and write combustible
These
gear.
are the same people that said the Godsend was going to be in Esper Stoneblade, right?
Yeah, I think it's the same person.
Yeah.
He's out, he's out
Yeah,
there.
I mean it's basically the same card. You know, why would I play any of the other cards? Why would I play Sword? Why would I play a Batterskull when I can play Godsend?
Yeah.
Look what it does.
Enough
Noxious
on
is good.
shit cards.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to a card that
Noxious
our
Gearhulk.
dear
Noxious
friend
is
no
killer.
thinks great.
Noxious is great.
Verdurous Gearhulk.
Oh,
Yes.
Verdurous Gearhulk.
This card is it's a lot of beef.
I don't think it's Verdurous.
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 Verdurous. Virginous Gearhulk. 3 green for a 4/4 with trample. That's like terrible. Why do you think this card's good, Mike?
Because it 5 mana.
Oh wait, there's more text?
Oh, it gets to Gavany Township or make an 8/8.
Or just make a 6/6 out of your.
Or just like arrange
5
the
out of your
power and
managed
toughness
from-
of your creatures
When-
so that your opponent can't
When
ever block.
Virtuous Gearhulk enters the battlefield, distribute 4 +1/+1 counters among any number of target
So,
creatures you control.
I was having a conversation and I said that this is the best limited card of all time. And they're like, well, it's not good if you don't have any creatures in play. I was like, no, then
It's
it's
a
just a 5 mana
fucking
8/8 with
8/8.
trample.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
think about what you
Just
pay.
fine.
Think about what you'd pay in mana for distribute 4/+1/+1
Do you remember
counters.
Armament Cores? Do you remember
I
it being
do remember
4
Armament
times
Core.
as good?
That card was so busted.
You get an
And it
8/8.
didn't have trample
This-
itself.
This is a perfect example of what they were talking about having choices to make
Yes.
in
This
the
card
set.
plays so
This
well
is
with
positive
Sylvan
choice.
Advocate. Like it's completely unreal how good the two are together.
Huh.
Because you've brickwalled my Sylvan Advocate. Never mind, kill you, and now your
actually-
guys brickwalled.
it's-
You know what
and
this
I have a
is?
5/5.
6/7. Sorry. Oh, actually, it's much larger now.
It's unreal.
This is an auto include in Modern in the Malira decks.
Yeah.
How about you just have
That's
a
it, Dan.
like you said, limitedly, you just have a flyer and you're like, well, my 2/1 flyer has won the game. Like,
My 2/1 flyer is now a
Especially if you have like
Yeah, exactly.
6/5
And I have a
flyer.
I just
4/4
boosted
trample.
it and I got a body. Like,
This
you'd
card
have paid
is
that.
significantly better than Wolfear Silverheart.
Yes.
Is that the name?
Yeah.
And that card like won a Pro Tour.
and was unbelievable. I mean,
I'm sorry, got second at a Pro Tour.
Yeah. The Wolfear Silverheart's one of those cards that even when you cast it in cube, you're often like, they don't have removal. Actually, I just won the game gigglingly. Cause you're just like, oh, I'll just dome you for 100 million damage, and then I have these huge
Yeah,
creatures.
it's like, well, Wolfear Silverheart gave the creature haste. Yeah, but this gives like all your creatures the ability to swing through,
Yeah.
and if they kill it, they're still insane.
yeah.
It's just so much better than the one we just
Well, I
talked
guess
about
I'll
with the red.
I'll make my spirits into 3/3s, smash, and just have this 4/4 left
Like,
over.
I really hope there's a deck that's just 4 Grim Flare, 4 Sylvan Advocate, 4 Tireless Tracker, 4 Liliana, and this card.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because imagine
And some good
recurring this
removal.
card with Liliana. Like, how fucking insane
It's
is
a
that?
really good removal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so outclassed that red one. Maybe they didn't want to give red a great gear hold because, red already got.
Even
This
just
card is insane.
even a reasonable curve of Sylvan Advocate into Nissa Voice into just not play anything on turn 4, plus it again, play this. Both your tokens are like bigger, and then you minus Nissa, so you have like a 4/5 Sylvan, like 2,
Look,
3,
black
3
green
tokens,
doesn't
your
need any
opponent's
help,
dead.
Michael. It's already really got some of the best stuff going.
I was thinking, watching this, there
Grim
is a
player.
huge misunderstanding at home,
He's about ready
I
to
think,
shine.
about people not getting that this card is really good.
I think that this card looks
How could
too
you not?
much like a casual card.
Yes.
It looks like it's an intro pack.
Yep.
Hydra.
Yeah.
Is what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
It's way better than almost any Hydra ever printed. It's
But if
just-
it looks like it,
You know, I mean, it's literally better than any Hydra ever printed. They've never printed a good Hydra.
rock Hydra.
Pelucranos was very good.
Pelucranos,
Oh, no, you're right.
yes.
You want to know what?
Pelucranos was
He's
very
so good. I forgot that he was a Hydra.
He's Greek.
Oftentimes they say Hydra in the name, so I understood. Yeah,
That's
look,
right. He's the only one that doesn't say Hydra. Oh, that's so true.
Yep.
Good. There we go.
So
I'm here for
I
you.
think we're all in agreement that card is
That's
sweet.
really good. So
Yeah.
isn't the black one you're about to go to?
The black one is dumb. I love this card.
I don't think. Okay, speaking of recurring things with Liliana, good fucking luck.
How about just mono black?
Like, if you cast this card and kill a creature, you don't lose.
Yeah.
Like, it stabilizes the board immediately. It's a 2-for-1, and then you just gain all this life.
And
Yeah.
it has menace.
It
Which
could-
is like,
Yeah.
is an
But it just
increasingly
knocks it off.
powerful
Yeah.
ability.
and then you bring it back with Liliana.
Yeah, Menace can just really do
weird.
stuff. Yeah, like the red cave dwellers. Like, oh my god, that is
There
Menace.
is-
I have no chance.
There
against
is at
that.
least one other good Hydra that does not have Hydra in the name.
Mutavault.
Liar.
It's
Progenitus.
an avatar. It's
Not a Hydra.
It's an avatar.
avatar.
It's totally a Hydra.
It looks like a Hydra, but it's an avatar.
Damn, that's
Damn
the
it.
sound of someone's dreams getting crushed. That you had a
It
one up.
clearly is a Hydra in the art.
can't be a Hydra.
Look, I'm
It's
either
good.
playing red green or I'm playing green
So,
black red. So.
My one fear for this format is it ends up being a lot like the Den Protector format.
Oh,
where we're
no,
just
no,
looping,
no.
Where we're just looping grapples and Lilianas to chain things.
Yeah, no.
And I don't want that.
I hated Den Protector and the
They did actually.
I
I
did
have
too.
wondering. They
And
did
the
not
friggin'
come out with a card
Raptor.
that eats graveyards elegantly, did they?
They did not.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think they want it to be good for a set.
Yeah.
And then they'll show us the hate.
Progenitus is a Hydra avatar.
Yeah, it's an avatar.
What? You made that up.
No, I'm looking at it right
I'm
now.
looking
in
at
the
it right now,
gatherer.
and you're lying to me, Dan. You're lying to the people at home.
No, you're not looking at
I
it.
am. Look,
I'm
I'm looking at my
looking at it
computer right now.
here.
I required myself to acknowledge that.
There
We've been
are
talking about
4, by the way. Progenitus. Right, I was just looking
We're
at
talking
them.
about these sweet ass
Dacian
giants.
Just-
I'm
World
reading my
Ravager.
own things that I wrote. Let's move on to the other
Heroes
mythics.
Bane and Outlash the Hate
Let's
Seed.
start with Metallurgic Summonings, which I gave 4 out of 5 garbage fires in
I-
my review.
I just said, like, we talked about art, and I was like, what the hell is the metallurgic summonings in this set doing? Like,
So that is like the fucking
I
worst
stopped reading
card
it. I
ever
just
made.
stopped reading it.
It combos with. I did see that it combos with Gataxian Probe.
That is a lot of text.
I got to XX and I stopped reading it.
That was a comment someone wrote.
Literally. What does this even say?
Well, for 5 mana, you can Gataxian Probe, lose 2 life, and get a 1/1 for 2 cards. But 1 replaces itself.
Yeah.
Seems good.
But I get to look at their hand,
Don't
Michael.
forget, turn 5 when they don't have a hand left.
So bad. But then my Lupine can attack.
Well, that combo is very good against Affinity. I just want people to know that.
But it's working pretty hard.